Good afternoon and welcome to Mount Eliza. Good to have local footy back after the enforced lockdown, and we're in the reserves at the moment at half time, thanks to Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South, one of our proud sponsors on GameFace's footy coverage. And as I say, good to be back. And in the reserves, Mount Eliza, who sits second on the table, have dropped one game to Red Hill, and they've dominated the competition for a long time, Mount Eliza. They're 7-4-46. Frankston Bombers are inside the top five at the moment. They've won 4, lost 3. They've got a poor percentage. They've won most of their games by narrow margins, but putting up a good show today, 4-4-28. Both teams have got a lot of players who've played a lot of senior footy, so it's a very good standard reserves game at the moment. My name's Dan Lonigan. Wonderful to be here at the football today. The sun is shining. It's a pleasant day, a little bit cool, but we are in winter. As I say, good afternoon to Paul Wilson. Welcome, Paulie.
Thanks, Dan. It's good to be back with footy, mate. How good is it to be back here, actually out on the ground? And you know, we've got the COVID restrictions with the crowd, things like that. But, you know...
Did you think we'd be back this week?
Back playing?
Yeah, did you think?
Well, I thought yes. You know, you've still got people driving in Mount Eliza here, and there's still got crowds, you know, cars sitting out there, people watching the footy, you know. So how do you police it all, you know, all the stuff like this? But it's great that footy's back, and it's just, you know, to get the boys out running again and clubs, you know, get the atmosphere going again. I think probably next week the numbers will, you know, be allowed to get people back in.
You can have 100 at a game.
Well, there's more than 100 here now. For a start.
Well, that's right. But, I mean, we're talking 100 spectators. Last week was 150 officials for each game. And they were changing, not in the club rooms, they were changing in the car. They were arriving at the game, ready to go, and then they would do a pre-match warm-up.
Yep.
They would speak to the coach briefly. Obviously, the coach may have addressed them on Zoom or whatever, if they could meet as a group. And then this is the Winter League I'm talking about, because I've got a few contacts up there, Horsham Saints, Arad, etc. And then they went on and played the game. So the under-14s first, they all left. And, of course, you had to cater for the netball as well. Then you had the reserves, then you had the seniors.
Take them all out,
and then those that wanted to watch the game had to watch outside the venue. That's what happened. Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of the grounds up there don't have conditions do throughout Victoria and Melbourne. But anyway, we are playing. It's good to be here, and we're looking forward to what should be a spectacular senior match today, second against fourth. Yep. The Bombers have won their last 4 and we're in great form. You wonder what the enforced break has done to their momentum, because we saw them against Sorrento in the last game before the lockdown. They were very impressive, win by 5 goals. And Mount Eliza have been a revelation. They've played a lot of players this year, whether they be under-19 players, whether they be a lot of players in the reserves who are lining up today in the reserves, considering the depth, and they've only dropped the one game narrowly to Red Hill and drew with YCW, who are undefeated. So 2 pretty good sides will do battle in the seniors.
They are 2 very good sides. As we always know, look at the Frankston Bombers team, seniors talking about here now, is that on paper you think, wow, you know, how good's this team look? But as you said, with Mount Eliza, they've just been fantastic this year. Everyone was sort of saying, oh yeah, Mount Eliza, not me. But Steve Braddle's come in as a new coach, and they've got a lot of kids in there playing too. We just spoke to Nathan Clates, the football manager at Mount Eliza, former reserves coach and that, but now he's the football manager. And we said to him off air, is there, you know, the twos players here, how many twos players could play on the ones? He said there's probably only about 4 or 5 twos players who just play twos, but there's potential, a lot of players in their twos that could play in the ones there, you know. So there's plenty of depth there at the moment for Mount Eliza. That. Plus they're on the 19s too. They're talking about that, how they come up. They had a good win too. Scores were level at 3/4 time, or close to level, and they come home and kicked 7 in the last quarter there. So, but and their growth down here at Mount Eliza, with all their kids coming through from 17s to the 19s, we're talking about. You know, they're thinking about putting another team in another league somewhere, you know, potentially.
But they would love to win more senior flags. They've only won 2 in the MPNFL. That's the issue, is that 1998 and 2005. And I
was involved in 98 with Johnny Dugdale down here, and I was on committee then. It was fantastic. We played the Frankston Bombers, as a matter of fact.
Right.
at Langwarrin, and Blackers was coaching the Bombers then too. So great mate Blackers.
Look, and they've dominated reserves. They've won. I think they won 6 in a row. We spoke to Damien, of course, Damien Kent, the reserves coach, and he's a great man, Damien.
Yep.
Doing a wonderful job. Not playing today. He was on the list originally, but deciding not to play, and he'll play. I think when it gets a bit closer to another grand final, a great man will be involved, won't he?
I like what he said there. He said, "Oh, Paulie, I don't want you to commentate my name too many times. You know, don't say my name. I don't want to dominate too much, mate."
Well, he's one we know, so we would have certainly. And he's easy to pick like me. You can't grow grass on a busy street.
Yeah, well,
you're the same as well,
mate. I've got a little bit more than you.
Just a little bit, mate. Well, everyone's got more than me, but he's done a great job, and they've won 6 in a row in the reserves, and they've dominated under-19s. And I remember speaking to Mick Dunn, who did a lot for this football club, president back in 2019. He said, "What we need to do is we need to start winning seniors premierships. We've won a lot of reserves, we've won a lot of under-19s flags. We're dominating in those areas, but we've got to start winning more seniors." They were making the finals, but not going deep enough. I remember in Troy Shannon's last year, 2018, the first year of the first division, they got to a preliminary final and did a great job.
They went out in straight sets.
But, they won a final. Sorrento and Pines were clearly better than them that year.
Yeah.
But this year, well, they seem like they're just about ready to go, aren't they? The way they've been playing, and they've been beating teams, and certainly their defence has been holding up nicely. Haven't been kicking a lot of goals. Their 2 leading goal kickers are playing in the reserves today. Sean Watson, 10, and Harrison Scott, who's probably a senior player, would be a senior player at most other teams. He's kicked 7, so they're in the 2s today. And Mick Williams is another one who you think would be close to senior footy, playing very well in the reserves as well, as the boys are out in the ground again. 7-4-46 to 4-4-28. On the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard. Terrific to be back at the footy.
And we're going live on Facebook and live streaming on YouTube. So everyone out there that's watching us today down here at Mount Eliza, put through your comments there, and the boys here will say yes and no and all sort of stuff like that. But it's just good to get footy back, mate. It's, everyone's been busting with the COVID stuff going on, and like I said before, the crowds, but I think probably next week it'll be lifted again, and then another 2 weeks we might be back to normal. We
had 1 case in Victoria today. I do worry a bit. They're pretty conservative, the Victorian government, after what happened last year, and of course the health officer, Professor Brett Sutton. But I think they know where the traces are, and I think they know where the case is coming from.
Just lock that area in.
Yeah, correct.
Just lock that in there and say
exactly.
Right,
and I think
it's not affecting down here. It's just that there, or where it is, the case is. Lock it in and stay there,
When they had the lockdown, I thought they went a bit hard, locking all of Victoria down for a week. I mean, Michael O'Brien, the opposition leader, I agreed with him that Mildura in particular, miles away, 5.5 hours from Melbourne. I mean, why lock it down when it hasn't had a case for over 100 days, not longer?
Yeah.
Probably a few months, and I've been spending a bit of time in Ballarat, and they hadn't had a case. They were locked down for a week, and then they came out. It was fantastic being up there compared to Melbourne.
It's a bit anyway. Everyone's, I think, sick of it, mate. And at least you're allowed to take your mask off outdoors now.
You can now,
which is a good sign. Obviously, go indoors.
I find I wear mine when I don't have to wear it, and then when I'm meant to have it, I haven't got my mask on.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things, isn't it? I've got heaps of them, but you just forget to bring them with you. But anyway, we don't have to worry about that. Both teams are out on the ground. It's been a good standard reserves game so far, and we've got a bit of an interest here with one of our men who runs the digital side of the business at GameFace, looks after all the MPNFL in Reece Good, who is one of the star players for the Frankston Bombers reserves, won their best and fairest last year, number 29 in the long sleeves. His nickname is Fuzz with the curly hair. He's out there for the Bombers today in this reserve side, which also contains Cody Villas, who's been a regular senior player in the first half of the season for the Bombers until he got concussion, and he just can't get back in this side today, which is a very strong senior side they've got now with Jared Grant returning. And the interesting thing about Jared Grant, Paul, is he hasn't played for 6 weeks. He had that 2 weeks
those players that he might only have 10 touches, and they might 5 or 6 of them might be really good.
Yes, correct.
He's just one of those sort of players there.
But he played some good footy at the Dogs. His best year was 2010 when he played at the feet of Barry Hall.
Yeah.
And he kicked 29 goals. I mean, there were times where he didn't get near it. I remember a game in Adelaide where the Dogs had been flat track bullies. They didn't have a great year that year. They're okay. but it was wet. And Big Bazza couldn't really get into it. It wasn't his sort of day. And he's kicked 3 in the second half, Jared, snapping them around the body. And he was told by Rocket, do not snap around the body anymore. And he kicked 3. And Rocket said, what did I tell you? Don't snap around the body. Why did you? He said, because it's natural to me. He said, good, don't listen to me.
It's amazing, you know, that they come out, they do their natural football that they do, and then they get coached to do something else.
He basically won the game for them that night by just playing his natural game.
Get the footy. What do I do? I know I can kick left, I know I can kick right, I know I can do this and that and that. So it's amazing how coaches, I reckon, these days, when these younger kids that go from Stingrays or so it's a very hard, well, not hard, but you've got to adapt to playing all positions. Obviously, in the AFL, you're not just gone on the days where I'm a full forward, kick it to me. You know, those days are gone. You know, you never. No, I don't think we'll ever see a guy kick 100 goals again in AFL for the year. And that it won't happen. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, well, it's changed the way the game's played.
Yeah. You've got to be.
I mean, there was an interesting interview, and I've seen it before, and it was on Fox Footy this week. Mark Jackson getting stuck into it. It's shocking. I mean, Mike was treated pretty badly. Jacko being Jacko.
That was an old one, but it was just top 30.
He was just the quintessential full forward who didn't chase. He could kick a goal and could take a mark, and he wouldn't miss too often. He had a very good average, averaging just under 4 goals a game. But the game is different. Yeah. The game is different. You've got to be able to chase. You've got to be able to have a second effort. And that's why we love the game, the way it's evolved over the years. So we're about to start here for the second half. In the reserves, Mount Eliza 7-4-46 on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard. And their opponents, the Bombers, are 4-4-28. And they did play a good back half of the second quarter, the Bombers, as they look to try and make the finals in the reserves. And they've been winning a lot of close games. They beat YCW earlier in the year. Earlier, though, round 1, they only scored 1 goal against Mount Eliza, who kicked 5 that day. And straight away, Mount Eliza get the hand pass out. Scott got it clear. And then a player is taken down in a tackle. May have almost been holding the ball to go the way of the Mount Eliza team, but they do get the free kick, and it's taken by Aaron Foss, who's played some senior footy. Kicks it nicely in the direction of Raiden. Raiden plays on quickly, drives it long inside 50 to the Mount Eliza end, but a good defensive mark. Last line of defence taken for the Bombers by Brad Holland. Holland has the footy now, and he'll go in short. He'll find Bosworth, who is a very experienced senior player, having been captain of the Frankston VFL team and did play against YCW earlier in the season for the Bombers, and he spreads it wide again. And they've got the footy at half back. And the mark is taken on this occasion by Lachlan Fry. Kicks down the line, and again, the Bombers have the footy. And they look to drive it long through Aaron Best, who's kicked a goal. Kicks inside 50. It's a nice kick, and arching the back and taking the mark. Brad Whitley has been a senior player on a few occasions, and then getting out the back. That was a loose marking by Mount Eliza. They got caught up the ground. It allowed the Bombers to get the players in short and able to take the mark here. Slightly right of centre half forward for a shot at goal for the Bombers will be Kyle Hurlston to cut the margin back to 2 goals. Early stages, second quarter, heading towards the Mount Martha end of the ground. Hurlston, slight angle, 35 metres out. It's coming back. It's a goal, a bit like Gary Rowan last night, unfortunately, Paul. 5-4-34 to 7-4-46. Opening couple of minutes, third quarter, on the Telstra Business Technology Centre scoreboard of Melbourne South.
Well, the Bombers there just had the ball, had every possession there, and they just controlled it nice and easy there, and they got it down there, found their targets. Bit of loose checking there from the Mount Eliza boys, but they're, I think the ball just came out so quick there, they have to wake up a bit now, the Red Legs.
Yes, they're certainly taking it up to them.
7-4 plays 5-4.
they're learning not to get belted, aren't they? That's been the key for the Bombers, and the percentage is only 84, and that was probably because they only kicked one goal in the opening game of the season against Mount Eliza. But since then, they've been pretty competitive and got over the line in some tight ones, which is what it's all about. Back in the middle again. Wright wins it down now for the Redlegs. Going in hard. No one can get a clean possession. And it was taken by Harrison Scott, and he was, in fact, by Cole, I should say. And he went in very, very hard. Front edge centre square. Got met the other way as the Bombers hold it up. Attacking side centre square at the Mount Eliza end of the ground, where the Redlegs are kicking in this quarter. Loose ball again. Player has given away a free kick. He was a little bit untidy, Zach White, the bald-headed man, and a free kick goes the way of Haviland, who spreads it into the middle of the ground. Scott in short again. Heaney taken from behind. That should be holding the ball. Picked up again by Haviland, who followed up. Kicks inside 50. And Watson, who has kicked 10 goals in the seniors this year, gets out in front and takes the mark. Slight angle 45 metres out, heading towards the Mount Eliza end as they try and get the margin back to 3 goals, which it was at half-time. So Watson just out today for team balance, as they've got Goddard in the side. Slight angle, handy man to have, playing reserves footy, and he has slotted it.
Nice goal.
In fact, the angle was a little bit more severe than I've said, and the margin goes back now to 3 goals, 8-4-52 to 5-4-34. We've played nearly 3 minutes in the third quarter on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard.
This Mount Eliza had control there. They just did a quick switch, and they had players running down, and Watson, the big fella down, he started off the first quarter leading well. And he's kicked his second now, but he's just a big man there. So you're going to have Wright and Burr on the ruck, I believe.
Yes. Yep. So Wright, they're talking him up as one of the big improvers. Wins it down. Here's the good. Reese couldn't get hold of the footy. Picked up by Burr now. He drives it on the right foot inside 50. In front is the captain of the Bombers side. He couldn't quite take the mark. He brought it to ground though. Did well, Sam Howell. Holds it up just outside defensive 50 at the Mount Martha end of the ground where the Bombers are attacking. Just can't do shoving, which is going. It'll go to the Bombers. They'll take it half forward. Handball given. And then a kick inside 50. Loose marking. Howe thought that there might have been a teammate behind him, and I reckon someone said, Howley, leave it. And he thought he recognised the voice, because I reckon he could have intercepted that, and Turville chips in and takes the mark. A chance to cut the margin to 2 goals again as he skids on his knees, kicking to the Mount Martha end. 25 metres out. Matt Turville kicks. Matt Turville hits the top of the behind post, or the goal post, and really should have kicked that. 5-5-35, 52. And we've played 5 minutes in the third quarter on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard.
Heaney.
So back into play. Heaney goes to the outer side. And a good mark taken on the outer side by Herity. And he will drive them long towards half forward. No one can take the mark. Ball's at ground level. Harrison Scott. Occasion, and that is Raiden. Thanks, Paul. Little foot pass, successful, and the mark taken at half back. Controlling it again. Heaney, margin 17 points. On the left, his kick is partially smothered. Ball is at ground level. Contested footy on the wing on the outer side. Lots of cars on that side of the ground. Ball spills out. Again, the Bombers get a quick kick. No one can get a clean advantage of it. Loose ball again. Good play on the left. Taken by Haviland. Kicks inside 50. Goes over the top of Webb, who was playing at half back for the Bombers. It's going to be a free kick. Advantage called. They bring it out of defence. Good mark waiting at the back. He does well to hang on to that mark, and that was well done by, on that occasion, holding the mark in Turville. Kicks long inside 50. Bouncing ball hits the bottom of the behind post. Got out the back. Thank you, Paul. And it's another behind, so 16 points the margin. Back into play goes Heaney, doing the kicking in.
Heavy.
Heavy it is,
Yep.
is it? And he finds Watts. Watts on the left.
Oh.
Kicks long, not a good kick. It'll come straight back. Good defensive mark taken by Holland. Solid defender, marking just in front of our commentary position. We're in the Club 28 stand today. Kicks long, inside 50 for the Bombers. No one can take the mark. Ball at the drop. Good tackling. Player held up 35 metres out from goal that the Mount Eliza team are defending, and the Redlegs had control of it, not able to get a clean possession on that occasion, and it is held up, and it'll be thrown up again, and the player that had hold of it was DeRitter. Loose ball again, comes out, no one again can get a clean possession. It's picked up once more, hurried kick towards the wing, going hard. McMillan did well to bring it to ground, and it'll go out of bounds. And also getting involved too was Trey Robertson, who they say might almost be leading the best and fairest at the Bombers at the moment. He got up high and got a big spoil in there. So back into play, right in front of our commentary position. The margin is 16 points. It is Mount Eliza's way. The tap down, high up and under kick, taken by Dose for the Bombers. Didn't go very far, went up and down on the mine shaft. Harville in there, trails it out of bounds. Again in front of our commentary position. 52 to 36, Telstra Business Technology of Melbourne South scoreboard. Senior match today, second against fourth. Chris Holcomb and Paul Wilson with me in commentary. Looking forward to it today. Boundary throw-in, tap down again. Loose ball, Burr got a hand on it for the Bombers. Brought it to ground, and then his teammate Bosworth is taken down on a tackle, thrown down.
A lot of sling tackles in this game.
Yeah, I reckon that could have almost been a sling tackle.
A lot earlier.
There were a couple. There was certainly the yellow card came out, didn't it, Paul?
Yeah, so the Bombers are playing with one short at the moment.
Yep.
And that player will be coming on soon. I think it was, just forgot what it was now.
Holland and Fry take the ball out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in again. Burr giving away a lot of height. Up against Wright, who wins at the ground for the Redlegs. Player Dose on the bottom of the pack, and he tries to get up and extricate himself from the tackle. Tell to him. The umpire was probably the wrong side. There were a lot of players hanging on for dear life. Among them, Nick McKinnon. Tap down again. Here's McKinnon now for the Redlegs. Shoved off it by the opposite number 37 coming the other way in Zach White. Sees it over the boundary for the Bombers. Just getting themselves back into attack. The margin 16 points at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. Into play again. Is there a free kick off the play?
No, there was two going for the
there was.
So it's Wright and Burr.
Yeah, Ethan O'Neill was going up. Burr wins it down. Little hand pass comes out to McKinnon. Taken in attack. That's got to be holding the ball. That's holding the ball. He had... Well,
plenty of time.
That was a 360 tackle, and it wasn't a sling tackle, and he was hung on to by Villas. Should have been holding the ball, and I reckon the umpire was blinded. Wright goes up, wins it down, then his teammate is taken in a McKinnon tackle. That's Turville, going nowhere in a hurry. In fact, it's not Turville, it is Best taken in a tackle, and it will be thrown up once again. In fact, it's Watts. I'll get it right eventually. Taken over the boundary once more.
He's done all right, young Watsy here.
He has.
He's been under the ball there a fair bit. He's a tough little bugger.
So back into play. Right in front of our commentary position. We're seeing a lot of the play at the moment. Bird does well, giving away height to tap it down. Loose ball. Good tackling. Player has lost possession.
He got the sling
in Herity. Gaz, they call him, in the sling tackle. I'm not sure that was the sling tackle, but he'll take the free kick. Just behind the centre square. Kicks Mount Eliza to half forward. Right. Getting up on the second grab right. Hangs onto the mark. He had smaller opponents, not able to outmark him. On the left, he kicks low and flat, but no good. Intercepted by Holland, who's been very solid in defence for the Bombers, who trail by 16 points. And he's defending at the Mount Eliza end on the commentary or coach's side of the ground. He hoists it down the wing, Holland for the Bombers. High ball, right goes up again and intercepts just in front of the wing for the Redlegs. Goes back now to Harvelin. Harvelin takes the mark in the middle. He'll go the switch again, Harvelin. Nice kick. He's kicked 4 goals in the reserves this year, and the kick finds a target.
Adams.
And the mark is taken by Adam. Adam at half back. On the outer side, on the left, half distance pass again is okay. And they're starting to build once more, and the mark is completed on this occasion. Taking the mark nicely is Harrison Smith. Smith kicks his team towards half forward. Told to play on now. It's on the outer side. Delivers over the top, and they can once again build on that outer side. Number of left footers.
Watson great lead.
Gets up and takes the mark. It was a good kick.
Great lead. Beautiful kick too. Just Watson put the big dukes up there and one grab down. That's just beautiful football there.
And the players kicked it to him's coming off. It was good footy by Watson. He was caught in the middle there, sandwiched, and he read it to a nicety. Looking to kick his third on an angle of about 25 to 30 degrees to the Mount Eliza end of the ground. Watson for his third. And that is magnificent, is it? Or
Point.
he just missed?
Point. That pass there was from Adams. It was Jack Adams.
Jack Adams, beautiful pass. As Hudson Shaw, one of the under 19 boys, is coming on for a run, replacing Jack Adam.
Plays on.
Yeah, Holland back into play, goes straight down the middle, looking for someone to mark. And a good mark taken at half-back by Matt Turville. Turville with the footy. He goes in short again. McKinnon was there, but an easy mark completed. And he had to try and hang on to that, and he does hang on to that for the Bombers. Kicks down the line. O'Neill it was. Finds his teammate now. He'll kick towards half forward and turning it over, unfortunately, Wishart. Getting back right. Nice kick. Finds the target. And the target is Herity, or Gaz as they call him. He goes back inside again. Good mark. They've gone the 45s, and it's working to a treat at the moment. Got loose men everywhere.
Good mark.
And a mark in the middle of the ground.
Smith.
Taken by Harrison Smith. Smith will kick it long towards half forward. Almost a mark. And the umpire says there's going to be a free kick. Which way going? It'll go the way of Foss, who, as we said a bit earlier, has played some senior footy.
That breeze is picking up down there.
Which end do you think, Paul?
Well, it's coming right across the face into our face.
You can see the trees down in the junior oval and the soccer oval behind the back of this oval here at Mount Eliza.
It's coming right across the ground.
The trees are not moving at all. All those pine trees or gum trees. I'm not an arborist, so I'll say pine trees.
Foss, long way out.
A shot of goal here for Foss on about a 25-degree angle, 60 metres out. High kick. It's a great effort. Has he kicked that? He has kicked that. That is a monster. Magnificent goal. Gives his team a 23-point lead on the 14-minute mark. Telstra Business Technology Centre of South Melbourne scoreboard. 9-5-59 to 5-6-36.
That was just a beautiful kick there from young Aaron Foss there. The wind did help a bit. Like I said, the wind's coming across the ground there, but it was just a magnificent kick. Didn't go all umpire behind there. Didn't move one bit. Right up top of his head. Beautiful goal. 9-5 plays 5-6.
So they need the next one now. They've got it back to 2 goals on a couple of occasions, the Bombers. That's the closest they've got so far. Tap down again. Comes out of the middle to Glass. He roved it well. Kicks long inside 50. Almost a good mark. Not quite taken by Mount Eliza. They feed a hand pass out. Getting it out was Herity. His hand pass didn't quite find the target. Now the ball's at half-back. Quick hand pass comes out again now to McKinnon. Dancing hard. Had the opposite number 37 confronting him. Now he elects to go to the outer side of the ground. Almost Watkins intercepting nicely as he does well to pick it up as he snaps around the body. But the kick didn't quite have enough on it. And a good mark last line of defence. And the Mount Eliza team can clear again through Oliver Slater. He heads to the outer side. Nice kick. They've got loose men everywhere again. Heavey has the footy. He goes wide to the outer wing. And they'll play on quickly. But unfortunately they turn it over at half-back, and Doves, who's been pretty solid, intercepts for the Bombers on the outer side, in trail by 23 points. Doves now kicks it low and flat towards half forward, and on the bounce the hand pass comes out now to Good, receives it on the outside, fuzz off the outside of the boot, a clever kick inside 50. They get numbers back. Picked up by Watkins. Watkins does well. He followed the footy. He snaps around the body. And he has just missed to the left-hand side. He had 2 opponents on him. They overran it. Now the kick back into play is no good, and Watkins has intercepted it. It was intended straight down the middle of the ground for Heavey. He wasn't able to take the mark, and Watkins read it better. It was a bit of hang time on that. And Watkins has taken the mark.
Big boy.
He is a big boy. 35 metres out directly in front, can cut the margin to 16 points at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter on the Telstra Business Centre. Technology scoreboard of Melbourne South. He kicks and he goals. 6-7-43 to 9-5-59. A good goal for the Bombers as the Mount Eliza team were flirting with danger.
They've come back the Bombers here and the twos there. They're just a bit better football too. It is. It's just people say twos football, Magoo's football. The could have beens, want to means, and never will be's, and should have beens. But
it's good standard.
It's a good standard. Good standard for twos football at the moment. So pretty impressed by both teams. A couple of mistakes here and there. That was a bad mistake there, but you're going to get that.
You're going to get that in seniors football.
You're going to get the senior
football. You get that in AFL football.
You get it in every football you see,
do.
mate. Yeah, the juniors, seniors, AFL, everywhere you go. But good contest. 16 points a diff. At the 18-minute mark of the third quarter here. I was going to say crowd building up, but they're not really.
No, they're not. Tap down again.
Dropped it.
Out of the middle goes Mount Eliza. McWilliams, who's been quiet this quarter, can't take the mark at ground level. Here's Harrison Smith. He overruns it. He got worked out of it that time by Doze, who may have taken one high. And he's been pretty solid at half-back for the Bombers. He'll get up and take that free kick.
McWilliams pretty anxious there to get that ball. He just overdid the...
Goes wide. It's not a good kick. Looking for Burr. But there may have been a touch on it by McKinnon of the Redlegs. There was, and there'll be a boundary throw in at half-forward. So the margin's 16 points. We're approaching three-quarter time. Getting ready for the senior game this afternoon as well. Back into play. Ball drops a bit short. Knocked down at ground level. Goes close to the boundary. Fuzz can't get there in time. He trails it over the line. It'll be thrown back into play. You had Harrison Scott, who's been a pretty good player in the seniors this year, with 7 goals for the Redlegs when he's played in the ones. Just behind him. Back into play. A shallow tap down. Taken by Bosworth.
Good
Lost
tackle.
control of it. Dispossessed. Well done, McKinnon. Gets the hand pass out on the outside. Watts has got it now. Beats 1, beats 2, can't beat 3, but eventually does. Gets the hand pass out. Then a scything ball towards centre half forward. And it was good play by Mount Eliza on that occasion. The skidding kick came from the boot of Aaron Foss, and it's held up 35 metres out from goal as his teammates were unable to get a proper handle on it. So thrown up again. Tapped down. Picked up by Big Wright. Throws it on the boot, but unfortunately, last line of defence, comfortable mark taken by Trey Robertson of the Bombers. Heads to the outer side of the ground. Good kick. And he finds the very solidly built Zach White taking the mark. Kicks down the line to the wing on the outer side. No mark taken. Socket free by the Bombers. Coming the other way. It's knocked out by Big Hal, the captain of the Redlegs. As the siren sounds for three-quarter time in the twos. Good contest, good fight back by the Bombers, but they can't get any closer than just over 2 goals or 2 goals at the moment. That's the closest they've got today. The margin is 16 points at three-quarter time on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. The scoreboard 9-5-59 Mount Eliza, and the Bombers are 6-7-43. They're not out of it, Paulie, but they just need to kick too quickly to get it under a goal to put a bit of pressure on Mount Eliza, who generally, they've only lost the one game to Red Hill by 4 points, have belted the opposition in the reserves this year, just to put a bit of pressure on them.
Well, both teams there, the Mount Eliza kicked 2 goals, 1 to the Bombers there. They kicked 2 goals, 3. So the opportunities were there for the Bombers there. I think 2 at the post, 2 of them. But, so they're in it. It's a good little game. We have the twos here. As the seniors go out there, have a little warm-up out there, and good to see Jimmy Clayton running around as the runner again for Mount Eliza. True legend of the club, Mount Eliza, the runner for Mount Eliza, Nathan's brother.
There's Shane
Big
Tennant.
Big Tenno, looking big again. He's a rock of Gibraltar, isn't he? The back line there, he can go forward or back. He's just one of those very good players that can go anywhere too. So
you'll get Fryer or Heratuku, depending on who's playing forward.
Don't forget, we're also doing the other live stream games too. We've got the Pines and who have we got there, Dan, again?
YCW.
So I believe that Plugger and Matty Main will be out there doing that. So live streaming that one. And EDS, is it the EDS one we're doing too, I think, is it? I can't remember now.
Bomb Beach and EDS.
Yeah, so all the scores will be coming through and live streaming stuff like that too. So
they're broadcasting those games, are they?
I think just live streaming.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm not too sure if they're if the other boys are...
That's good.
Yeah, to get involved. Just go for a couple of second scores here. Actually, we'll go through the under-19s because everyone wants to know what happens with the start.
Yes, of course they do.
Start of we're back. So
thanks to Frankston Jeep.
Thanks to Frankston Jeep. Sereno had a good win here. Sereno 6-4-40 defeated Rosebud 4-2-26 and on 19s. Dramana 8-9-57 defeated Red Hill 4-4-28.
Red Hill not as strong in the under-19s as they've been in past years.
No, they're not. Frankston YCW 11-17-83 defeated Pines 1-3-9. We're lacking there. Bond Beach 14-16-100 defeated EDS 4-5-29. And on the 19s here, Mount Eliza was 14-10-94 to 7-6-48. But we got here three-quarter time, and it was pretty close this game with the Bombers and Mount Eliza there. But Mount Eliza kicked 7 in the last quarter. Going in the twos at three-quarter time here. Oh, Rosebud 8-56 to Sorrento, 1 behind.
You're just struggling with numbers, Sorrento.
There they are. So Red Hill started this last quarter here, 10-12-72 to Dramana 3-2-20. Got no score from Pines and YC yet, and this is the twos we're talking about. Bond Beach 13-6-84 to EDS 3-3-21. And here at Mount Eliza, it's not.
By the time we had the enforced break a few weeks ago, clubs had 7 games under their belts, but a lot of players have missed a bit of footy because of the fact they'd missed 12 months last year as well.
Yeah, well, see, you can train, 2 or 3 nights a week, which you do, and that's all good, and you still you're fit, but actually match fitness, that's where you stand out, and you'll see guys blowing up today because they haven't, like you said, haven't been playing for a while, and that you'll get that, with Spindleshank there, the Gussie Grant, you look at them and go, on the day, and stuff like that. But like I said, you can train, and guys, probably a few guys would have gone, do a bit of running by themselves and on the side, when you're allowed to, those 2 hours you're allowed to do your outdoor training or outdoor sporting things you're allowed to do. But it'll be interesting. Some teams have lost players, do a hammy here or just a little nickel here and that, and well, as Lewis Pearce as Mount Eliza, he got injured or head knock, concussion in round 3 or 4, and hasn't played since. Apparently, it's a really bad issue with him at the moment. So Pearce hasn't played since I think round 4. I think it is round 3 or 4.
He's a big loss for them, but they're finding a way, aren't they, to win games without him. Tom Small, of course, not there today, but he's got his opportunity with Frankston last night in the VFL. But I hope Louis can come back, but we know what a really troubling issue the concussion is.
But you'll see today, like a lot of players in our league that have played with the Frankston VFL, or they play the Casey Scorpions like that. I know, and even Huswaite is a captain of the Collingwood Seconds. Well, he's now playing at Rosebud today.
Right.
So those sort of players are not playing. They've got the bye.
No. So they're able to come back and play.
They can come back and play in there.
Trent Dennis Lane, because Sandringham not playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's missed 2 games.
Yeah,
and Bond Beach have lost them both because he's one of the coaches at Sandringham.
Yeah.
And he's able to come back and line up for them.
Hussey's back for Rosebud today.
Yeah, they certainly need him.
It's
a big game, that, because the winner will obviously go a game clear, and they might be at this stage fighting for the 5th position. And Sorrento, of course, had a change of coach in the last month. Luke Tapscott not coaching. They're hoping he'll come back and play. I don't think he's fit yet, but they're hoping he'll come back and play. And I think if he can just come back and play and not worry about the coaching, I think it also might help him get fitter as well. Just worry about getting his body right.
I think a lot of
because we know what a good player he is.
A lot of clubs are sniffing around too, looking for him too.
I think he said he won't play with another club in the MPNFL, but I know a few of the amateur clubs are very, very keen. As you know, they don't pay in the amateurs. We don't think they pay in the amateurs anyway. The ball is at half forward already for the Redlegs, and straight away, Herity kicks inside 50,
McMillan.
And an excellent mark taken by McWilliams. Gee, he did a good job, didn't he, to get that. There wasn't much gap between him and his opponent, and he clambered into him as he marks at centre half forward from that quick kick out of the pack.
He's already kicked 2, I think. He kicked 2.
By Herity, who did very, very well. Just threw it on the boot. Dirty ball, as they say. But what I mean by that is, if you get it right, it works. You can get poor dirty ball inside your 50, but if you just get it in there and create chaos, it can be successful. McWilliams from 48 metres kicks it high, and it just drifts to the right-hand side for a behind on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard, 9-6-60 to 6-7-43. So a 17-point lead as they head to the Mount Martha end in this quarter. Back into play. High ball by Raiden for the Bombers. Kicks to the wing. It's socket down, luckily. Getting a little bit of a boot on that. Doing well was Raiden. Brings it to half-back for the Demons. He receives now. He's hard on the boundary. It's a good attempt, a flying shot, and he misses. It's a behind. I should say it was Brad Holland kicking back into play for the Bombers. And he'll go again. He'll kick straight down the middle. It's not a good kick. It floats, and Rayden's there again for his third possession in a minute in the blue boots. So Rayden has the footy. His team are 18 points up, 9-7-61 to 6-7-43. Opening couple of minutes of the final quarter. And Rayden with the football now will kick it towards the teeth of goal. Floating in the wind a bit at ground level. DeGood wins it out. Reach for the Bombers. Gets it now in the direction of Holland, who throws it on the boot. Rayden's there once more, intercepting. He's told, well, he was playing on, and he's taken in a tackle. Brought down in a tackle. It's got to be holding the ball. Picked up on this occasion by Shaw for Mount Eliza at the slippage. Kicks them inside 50. Handball comes out on the outside again. Hard on the boundary. McKinnon, he goes for the banana, but misses to the right-hand side behind. So they keep peppering 3 behinds in the opening couple of minutes of this final quarter for the Redlegs. They'll lead out to 19 points. Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South, and it's a dreadful kick as they try to bring it out the other side. Bombers high ball, and Scott intercepts at half forward, kicks it low and flat. What a kick that was, but straight to the opposition. Trey Robertson intercepts, kicks it long down the middle of the ground. Player standing tall as Howe, the captain, and he will receive the mark or the free kick.
Free kick it was.
Yep.
Just the Boswell there just went a bit harder there. Wasn't looking at the football.
Just as his teammate Hoovey was away. In short now. And Rayden is having an outstanding quarter. It would be his 5th possession. He's got a player on his own in Hudson Shaw. Finds him. Brought down.
Went for the milk there.
Yeah, the umpire won't give a free kick or a 50-metre penalty. Shaw pokes it inside 50 again for the Redlegs. What a mark, McWilliams. He's been very, very handy. Got very good hands, young McWilliams. He takes the mark 40 metres out directly in front.
He was very good in the second quarter there, Dan. And a bit quiet in the third, but
Jack Adam getting ready to come on to replace McKinnon.
He was. I like this kid. He's. Nathan Clayton said it was he's potentially get in the ones there into a strong Mount Eliza team.
Slightly right of centre half forward. 9-8-62 to 6-7-43 at the 4-minute mark of the final quarter. Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard. As you can see, the Bombers on the top oval there going through their paces.
Beautiful kick.
High ball. Beautiful ball. And that might make it tough now for the Bombers to win this reserves game. And Mount Eliza looking good again. Looking very good again. 10-8-68 to 6-7-43. Margin out to 25 points. And McWilliams kicks his third.
It was a beautiful mark. He contested mark there with about 3 or 4 opponents there. But he's a live wire up front. They've got Watson there too, changing the ruck there with Big Righty. And Big Adam right there. But so Wright's in the ruck again. Going to go against Burr. Ben Sharman, who's been the spiritual leader of this Bombers team, comes off, the captain. Yep. He's been kicking back into play a bit today too. Thrown up in the middle of the ground. Wright is there. Trying to get a hand pass out. The Redlegs can't. DeGood works very, very hard. He fends off a couple of tackles. It's going to be a free kick though. Gets a free kick.
Which way is it going? It will go, and the umpire says play on. McMillan, he plays on quickly. Spiral punch at the half forward. Loose ball. They've got numbers at the back though, the Redlegs, but unfortunately in the road. The Bombers, a high ball comes from Whitley, and he misses to the left-hand side. He played in those 2 senior grand finals. They lost consecutively in 2016 to Hastings, and 2017 they got belted by Sorrento in the last years of the Mornington and the PN divisions before becoming first and second divisions in this league as they wax going across the goal face a couple of times, the Red Legs in defence.
Raiden.
And there's our man Raiden again. His 6th possession in the last quarter. Just gets away from an opponent. Kicks close to the boundary. Getting up and taking a good mark. Close to the line is Barnett. Barnett goes inside. Not a great kick for the Bombers. Loose ball. Right is there. Taken down in a tackle. The umpire said he couldn't really go anywhere, and he did duck the head, and he was taken high.
The great man Hulks is popped in.
He's here.
He's here.
Throwing up again.
You've got a cat on.
Right goes up a little bit too early. Adam may have been shoved in the back. Handball comes out from Herity. Gets that hand pass out. Loose ball. Close to the boundary. High kick from Smith. But Fuzz is there. DeGood's taken the mark. Away he goes. They've got a score from this. He kicks inside 50 and an opportunity for Bosworth. Bosworth lowers the eyes. Kicks it short. Mark dropped by Watkins. Should have really gone for goal. It was selfless by Bosworth. And there's going to be a free kick, is there?
Yeah, well, there was...
Which way is it going?
Well, both umpires came down here, and there was a little skirmish down here, and the central umpires were both looking there. So the ball was playing on, but there was no umpire watching the game. So now he's just stopped the ball. Oh. He's going to throw it up. So it was just a bit of a... Both umpires were watching the
Marching 4 goals at the 7-minute mark. Loose ball at half back. No one can get a clean possession. It goes close to the boundary. And Villas also in the long sleeves, a little bit frustrated, but he can't get hold of the footy either, and it's a boundary throw in at half forward. They need to score from this move forward. The Bombers, if they are to be any chance, and they haven't been able to get the lead under 2 goals. It's been a good contest, though, this reserves game, as you get ready for the seniors clash this afternoon. Handball comes out. Kicker smothered. Wonderful smother by the Red Legs, and they're now on the burst, but in the road again. DeGoods had a very good final quarter. Fuzz. High kick towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Doe misses it for the Bombers. Again, it's at centre half forward. 40 metres out from goal. And now they've got to try and clear at the Red Legs. They do to the outer side of the ground. A high ball, and it'll come straight back. Murdoch. And taking the mark is Murdoch. I'll get you for this, Murdoch. He kicks inside 50 from the A team, of course, Mr. T. High bouncing ball again. Here's our man Murdoch. He breaks the tackle, drives it long, brings the Bombers back inside 50 in the outer side of the ground. Loose ball at the drop. The Red Legs have got the numbers and they can clear now through the outer side of the ground. High kick and then getting back once more. An excellent mark taken by Trey Robertson.
Great mark there.
He's been outstanding this season and one of the intercepting marks of the day. Feeds it off by hand now. Taken by Holland. Tucks it under the arm, arches the back, kicks nicely. Now he finds his teammate, and this is Aaron Best. Best has already kicked one, he's now kicked 2. The long bomb from 50, and they cut the margin to 3 goals. Nearly 10 minutes gone, final quarter. Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard. They've got to get one immediately. 7-8-50. They're 1 goal away from the best score in footy. Certainly radio-wise, Paul. 8-8-56, brother. 10-8-68 Mount Eliza. 7-8-50 the Bombers. Best kicks his second.
As the Bombers take about 4 interchanges, they're running on and off here. So changes have been made, left, right and centre. Well, that's players still down, though, over at Frankston. Bomber players down there, but it was Murdoch who took that good mark.
Hope he's okay.
No, it wasn't. That was Trey Robinson. Sorry,
yes, that was a terrific mark.
He's gone down, but he hasn't moved. I think we might have a little bit of a problem here. He's gone down big time.
Yeah, he has. So there'll be a bit of a break here.
Stretches out, so it might be... we'll find out what's happened there. So
Ethan O'Neill getting ready to come on for the Red Legs. Hasn't had a huge run today, but he comes on now.
Yep.
And he replaces Harvelant. And Nick McKinnon's come back on too as the 2 teams get in.
I think that
a bunch.
That looks like a really
different ends of the ground. The 2 captains, that
looks like a knee or a leg or something.
Yeah, it might be.
He's holding that as the.
We've had a bit of rain, but the ground looks like it's in pretty good condition.
I think he might have fallen when he took that mark, just fallen back the wrong way there, but it doesn't look good, unfortunately. He's been taken off in the stretcher, but
Howe comes off.
Yeah.
The veteran.
Cassie's there.
Yes, he's just looking after us again, as they have Mount Eliza in the last 24 hours or so, providing us with plenty of information. 10-8-68 to 7-8-50.
It doesn't look good. I think
he's been a wonderful player, Trey Robertson, this year.
But he's not Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a it's a leg there.
We'll get ready to come on now.
We'll find out there and try and get to what happened there.
Michael Webb wearing 31, which still wearing the up 3-goal lead. A little bit of a break. They need the next one quickly, and they will, although a little bit slow to get going, and Harrison Scott tackles.
Good tackle.
Great tackle, and that slows the momentum for the Bombers down. He's got it just behind the centre circle. Kicks it low and flat, inside 50. No mark taken. Well done by DeGood to knock it down. Raiden picks up a loose ball, has a bounce, open goal, 20 metres out. It's the post.
Geez, would have been beautiful.
He's been wonderful this quarter. He just hit good kick out straight away by the Bombers. Doze on the outer side is on the breakaway. Kicks it long down that outer side of the ground, and that's a very, very good mark taken by Firth. He gets the hand pass out, which misses the target over the Bombers. They might have mucked this up on the outer side. They're under pressure, close to the boundary, and the umpire says, give it to me. Golden opportunity goes begging as they got the breakaway on that outer side, and they're off to the races. Margin 19 points. We've played nearly 12 minutes, but it'll be a longer quarter due to young Trey Robertson being taken off on a stretcher for the Bombers. Handball comes out. They go defensively. It's driven long out of defence again. And Heavy's kick, though, will come straight back as Doze marks on the wing for the Bombers. He's played pretty well. On the outer side, kicks to half forward. Big mark. Big mark taken by the young fella Firth.
He was sent off.
Yes, he was. He got it on the second grab, and there was a little bit of a colourful exchange as well, Paul, between the dugout of Mount Eliza and Luke Firth.
Yep.
This is a family show, so we can't say exactly what was said. So we'll see what Firth can do on a fairly acute angle, 30 metres out. This to cut the margin to 13 points, the closest they've been since early in the third quarter. He kicks,
goal,
and he goals. And they're on my favourite score in footy, 88-56, brother. 10-9-69, the score of Mount Eliza on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard.
Well, Firth was sent off the ground there at the discretion at sort of the end of the third quarter, and he's now back on now, so he's gone straight to the ruck after that goal there. Good strong mark. He's a big boy, and he's up against Wright now, will be. Looks like up against Wright in the...
Well, need the next one. As I say, they've got to within 2 goals a couple of times, and then they haven't been able to cut it to anything less than that.
Been around that mark all day, Dan.
They need the next one. It's been a very competitive performance by this team in the reserves again. Firth wins it down. Good tackling laid, going nowhere in a hurry. Was Scott. He roved it brilliantly, but he was brought down in a bear hug tackle laid on him by Brad Whitley. Very experienced senior player, and again going nowhere in a hurry in the middle of the ground. So 13-point lead, 10-9-69 to 88-56. Thrown up again. Firth. Out of the middle goes Villas.
Right in front.
And he's, finds a target, but I don't think it was intended. And the mark is taken on this occasion by Turville. Turville will play on quickly, kicks it long and flat and long enough for someone to mark in the goal square. Completely misread, and the goal has been put through. Hilston's kicked the goal. They've kicked 2 in a row, and they're as close as they've been all day with about 4 or 5 minutes left. 9-8-62 to 10. Reading at the Mount Eliza defenders, and the ball carried the journey. And Hilston was hanging round at the back, window shopping with intent, and he's taken the mark and kicked the goal straight away. Kicks his second. 9-8-62 to 10-9-69. The last 2 for the Bombers, and they're as close as they've been all day in the closing stages of this pretty good reserves game here at Emil Marston Reserve, and the return of football after a month's break due to lockdown. Quick kick comes up the side of the boot by Herity, and luckily finds a target of Harveland. Harveland goes in short again, and a good mark. Taken at half back by Watts. He'll kick it long, down the line, a high ball towards centre half for McWilliams in the chop. Can't take the mark. Ball's at ground level. Should have almost been a free kick, as you said, Paul, to the Redlegs. One wasn't forthcoming. Player taken down in a tackle. And it'll be thrown up. Attacking side, centre square. Right, open-handed slap, but got it straight to Firth. De Good again rows it nicely, offloaded, kicks towards the wing. Fuzz has been outstanding today. Coming the other way, quick by Harlan, inside 50. Here's a chance now for the Redlegs. They get a hand pass out. Good tackling by Villas, but once again they've got numbers and they go backwards as they try and slow it down. And a good mark again to Watts, who marks at half back, as he received it from Harrison Smith, who, well, he basically went defensively, gave away 30 metres, goes for the barrel. It's an absolute shocker. Doesn't work. Easy mark to Burr at half-back for the Bombers. They'll go straight down the middle. They've got to try and do something here. Loose ball. Here's a chance now, and there's a free kick given. Clumsy play by the Bombers. Player fell into the back, Hurlston, of his opponent, and Zach White pounced on a loose ball and didn't hear the whistle, even though the umpire was right next to him. Yeah. And there's going to be a free kick to the Redlegs, which might slow down the momentum at half back.
No, it's going to the Bombers.
Going to the Bombers, is it?
Yeah. It's going to Hurlston.
Well, what about the advantage?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, Hurlston will play on very, very quickly. He kicks off the side of the boot, wobbly ball, inside 50, no mark taken. At the back, Harberlin quickly clears it for the Redlegs. Tapped down again by Whitley, does well for the Bombers. Knocks it out, taking side of the wing, 7-point lead to the Redlegs at the moment. He was under pressure, confronted, going the wrong way, and he had to give up some distance on that occasion in Hudson Shaw because he was confronted by opponents and sort of kicked it off the side of the boot. Maybe deliberately, if that makes any sense. Anyway.
They've kicked 3 goals, 1 this quarter. The Bombers to Manaliza 1-4, sorry.
Boundary throw-in. Tap down again. Good play by Firth. And he lays a tackle. Loose ball in the forward pocket. Camped away.
Free kick.
Should be a free kick, I think, to the Bombers.
Yep.
Player was taken in a tackle in a tough contested situation. And it's going to be Villas, who we know can kick a goal and was a regular in the senior team earlier in the season before concussion. Kept him out of the win against Sorrento. As Bosworth gets ready to come on, Doze has been good. He comes off. And Adam about to come on for the Redlegs, who, well, are under pressure. 17 minutes gone. Couldn't be much time left. 10-9, 69, 9-8, 62. Villas, 25 metres out, slide angle, kicks the goal.
2 minutes, Dan, 2 minutes.
Margin is now 1 point. 10-8, 68. They've kicked the last 3. And can Mount Eliza hang on for another win by less than a goal? Would be just their first for the season if they were to do that. And if the Bombers get up, most of their wins have been by a goal or less. They've known how to win the close ones to ensure that they have a chance of playing in the finals. He's not happy with himself, young Shaw. He just went backwards with the kick as he comes off, and Adam comes on to go into the back line. 10-9, 69 to 10-8, 68. The Bombers storming home. Frankston Technology Business Centre of Melbourne South.
Reece.
Out of the middle, Reece does well. He's worked very, very hard in and under, especially in the second half. Gets accosted, gets beset upon, gets crunched. But he'll get up and get ready to go again. The curly-haired one. It'll be thrown up in the middle of the ground as Watkins is getting ready to come on for the Bombers in the closing stages. Quick kick comes out again. Ball's at half back. Can't quite find a handle. Now they've got numbers. Quick hand pass is cleared. De Good receives on the wing. He looks up to see someone there taking the mark. White takes the mark. Must get on with it quickly. His team down by 1 point. The Bombers, they attack again inside 50. No mark taken. Pack collapses at the back. Hurlston's out there. He got offloaded and couldn't get hold of the footy. Quick hand pass from Herity. Gets the hand pass out again. Looking for Wright. Wright overruns it. Loose ball. Comes back now to Burr. Burr kicks through traffic. But a lovely defensive mark taken last line of defence by the Redlegs.
Caught me in the ear too, just quickly.
Yes, and that might nearly save the game for them.
Probably a couple of minutes to go.
Yeah, if that. So they've got to try and clear at the Mount Eliza end. Inside the last minute, high ball, 2 Bombers players try and mark it. Firth and Watkins, neither can. Ball's at ground level. The lead for Mount Eliza at 1 point, 10-9, 69. The Bombers have been brave, 10-8, 68. Maybe last throw of the dice. Number of players around the contest. The umpire says, give it to me, boys. Siren! Siren! Mount Eliza get over the line in a thrilling reserves game. Great fight back by the Bombers. They came storming home but left their run a bit late. The margin got out to 23 points in the last quarter, but they were brilliant in the end, but just not able to find their way home. But gee, they're a good reserve side this year, the Bombers, and the way they're playing, they're going to be hard to beat in the finals, Paul. But Mount Eliza 10-9-69 over the Bombers in an entertaining reserves game, 10-8-68 on the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South scoreboard.
Well, the Bombers, they had the momentum there in the last quarter, Dan. They kicked 4 goals, 1 in the last quarter there. The Mount Eliza's 1 goal, 4. So, and there was a chance there Redden could have sealed the game, properly hit the post, but, well, they won the game, but I mean, it could have been a decent lead there. But the Bombers, they tried hard all day. Firth got off for 10 minutes there in that third quarter, late in the third quarter, and he came back on there in the ruck there, and I think they missed him a bit when he came off there, but that's just discipline and, football and that. But they'll be disappointed, but also happy, I think, the way they come home. And Mount Eliza, well, they just hang on. They just hanged on there. So
their experienced players sort of got them over the line, didn't they?
Yeah, well, what Redden in the last quarter there, you get leather poisoning there. You got a few good touches there too. So if you saw boys out there for their first game back after our lovely break we've had, so well, some something's lovely, some don't. I know Hulks doesn't like it at all, but that's all right. Neither do we, mate. But it's all about trying to get the clubs back up and running again.
Yes, correct.
And get the league back up and running properly. So
that's what we want. Anyway, a 1-point win. Thank you, Paul. We'll come back and Paul, you'll join us certainly for Around the Grounds this afternoon and special comments as well with the great Chris Holcomb for the senior match, where it's going to be second against fourth on the table. Mount Eliza just 1 loss for the season and narrow 1 to Red Hill. And they've also drawn with the team on top of the ladder, undefeated in Frankston YCW, while the Bombers, after winning 1 of their first 3, have won their last 4 and are right in contention. As we look at Trey Robertson, who's got some ice around his knee and he's walking gingerly towards the rest of his teammates who are very gallant in defeat.
He's walking around.
Look
it is
bad. Good. So a 1-point win to Mount Eliza. They've got 1 defeat so far in the reserves this year. The Bombers still a good chance of playing in the finals, as they were very, very gallant. So we'll be back very shortly with the seniors match between the Bombers and also Mount Eliza from Emil Marsden Reserve here at Mount Eliza. Get your game face on. Welcome back to Emil Marston Reserve at Mount Eliza as we get ready for the big senior match. Second on the table, Mount Eliza just one loss. And the Bombers, who before the enforced break for the COVID lockdown, were on a roll. They'd won 4 in a row. And their 5 wins, 2 losses after winning just one of their first 3. In the opening game of the season, though, they were shocked by a young Mount Eliza side that I don't think many of us thought would be having the season they're having at the moment. As I say, good afternoon to Chris Holcomb. Welcome, Holtz.
How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Great to have you with us as we're underway straight away. Harnett receives a hand pass. He kicks it long towards half forward. No mark taken. At the drop is Greeley. Can't take the footy. Loose ball comes out. Harry Pry gets his kick run down for the Bombers. They're inside 50. Defensive give given, and now they have an opportunity to clear out of defence. But the turnover by the Redlegs, no good. They were looking for the switch, and Bo Muston has read it like a book. The veteran, he's taken the mark at left half forward, heading towards the Mount Eliza end.
That was an interesting decision from Bo going forward. I mean, he spent most of the first part in the back line. Bobbed up and kicked 3 last week. He looks like he started well today, mate.
Yes, he was magnificent. Well, you could say last week,
last
round, will do. Yeah, that'll do. So he's got a chance to get his team away, and it just slips away. Max Merritt and the Meteors to the left-hand side for a behind. We're back with the music, Paulie.
Back in the 70s, beautiful
Yeah.
stuff there. Great work.
Great song.
Bring it forward, boys. Bring it forward.
We will. We'll get a bit of Justin Bieber there for you later on.
Oh,
No, we won't. 1 behind to nothing. So the Redlegs back into play. Grant couldn't quite take the mark. Hasn't played for 6 weeks, 2 weeks suspension, and then was ready to come back the next round. And didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately.
Big Goddard coming in today, from Frankston to...
Yes. No Lewis Pearce again. We're worried about that concussion. Boundary throw in, deep into attack. Good start here by the Bombers. Herituku, Goddard wins it down, thumps it to the boundary. Opening minute.
I think you'd want to see a spirited start from Frankston Bombers because they were made asses of in that first round, basically by Mount Eliza. So if they've got some pride about them, I think you'll see they'll be up and about early.
Back into play. Again, finding his way to the front is Goddard for the Redlegs. Grant is in there, held up in a tackle. Placed on him and doing a good job is Sam Mornay. Big fist by Goddard, 30 metres out from the Bombers' goal. Players brought down. Harnett was brought down by Bailey Breen. He may have made more of it than there was actually in it, but he'll take the free kick. He was the one that won the game virtually off his own back, didn't he, Hulks, against Sorrento? Absolutely magnificent he was a month or so ago, and a lot's happened in the football world, particularly at Sorrento. I might talk to you about that a bit later.
Yeah, I talked him up before that game, Dan, too, and he didn't let me down, the boy.
No, of course not. You would say that too. High ball off the side of the boot a bit, and at good mark, last line of defence taken on this occasion by Will Anthony for Mount Eliza. Gets it to the back pocket, and then they turn it over again. They just can't clear the defensive 50. They're getting numbers back and making sure that they keep it inside, attacking 50. Harnett marks. Harnett kicks long and misses to the left-hand side. They've got their second behind. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. 2 behinds to nothing, and our major sponsor today, naming rights sponsor, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South.
I think there's a slight breeze down toward the end at Frankston kicking, so they want to make the most of it.
Coming across the ground, I think it helps a bit.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for backing me up with that. Good
back into play. The Redlegs stuck in the back pocket on the broadcast side, kicks down the wing, and Pryor puts a big fist on that in front of the coach's box for the Redlegs.
That definitely held up that ball. Come on, you blokes.
Just a little bit.
Not through the crowd. The wind's blowing through. Right. Yep.
Pryor and Goddard in the ruck. Goddard leaning in from behind, but might have given away a free kick. He has. Pryor arching the back, ensuring that all Goddard could do was, unless he was in front, was give away a free kick over the shoulder. Dabs it in short to Fox. Fox marking on the wing now. Bombers dominating. Kicking inside 50. Good ball. But Muston doesn't get a great bounce. Goes close to the boundary. Then he lays a tackle, which was a little bit untidy on Elliot Simmons playing in the back pocket for Mount Eliza, and may have nearly got a free kick there, but doesn't. Boundary throw in, deep into attack. at the Mount Eliza end for the Bombers, who lead 2-0. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, and they've hardly got a pass half back in the first 5 minutes, the home team.
Very crowded.
It is. Boundary throw-in again. Pryor taps it down, looking for someone to get a clean possession. A couple of players pile on in, and they've just been a bit clumsy so far, the Mount Eliza team, and the way they've attacked the footy. Was involved there. The veteran, he may get a chance to get knocked out by Sam Mornay. There's a quick kick again from Mount Eliza. Still well inside defensive 50. The Bombers forward pressure immense at the moment. Fox is there, and then there's a hurry kick. But Goddard does well. Yeah, that's Matt Harris, and Goddard will get rid of the football quickly. And the Redlegs have it on the outer side of the ground. They look to slow it down. And this is the first gamer who will receive it over the top and also combine with Braden Nelms. Nelms kicks down the line. Can't find the target there in Price. Taken by fisted away by Booth. Nelms at the drop. Kicks across the face. Jared Grant's in the road again. How rusty is Spindles going to be? Pretty good kick by Spindles. High kick towards the pocket and an easy mark taken. Everyone else stopped, and it was completed by Big Khan Heratuku, who just said, well, gee, I'm the accidental marker here. I've taken the mark in the left forward pocket.
The accidental hero.
Yeah.
Or as they called Raymond James Bright, the former Australian cricketer, the accidental tourist.
Look at the interchange bench.
Slight angle. It's like Burke Street. On the left, he's missed a sitter. Slight angle, 25 out.
Very wasteful early. Frankston
Young
Bombers.
Price comes off at his first run for the Mount Eliza team. 3-0 on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
We've had a lot of games this year where we've had sides kick themselves out of it by poor shots at goal.
Early in the games too. Early in the game, really early, and they lose by 2 or 3 points. You know, and it hurts you.
Kick back into play. Mark taken at half back by Booth. He's in short again. Can't find the target. Mark should have been taken by Sam Gill and just had it knocked away late. They just cannot get it outside their defensive 50 at the moment.
No.
And they're camped on this broadcast side, aren't they?
Frankston have set up very well in defence behind the ball.
Big press.
Harry Price down the line, and then they've got all other bases covered, so they don't know where to go.
But they need to kick a goal. This is the issue at the moment. They've just dominated the first 10 minutes without a goal. Heratuku taps to the front. Had it wrenched away, then Harnett. Quick kick towards the wing. Tennant attacks it hard. We haven't seen him yet, the big man. He goes in hard. Taken front on a tackle by Pickett, who holds him up. Going nowhere in a hurry.
Still fit, Tenno, isn't he?
He is. He's playing centre-half forward at the moment. Up goes Pryor. He's on his own. He got there a little bit late, Goddard.
Here they go.
But at the drop, here's a chance. One of the social club rooms. Knocked away on this occasion by Amalfi. Goes in hard for the Bombers. Picked up by Pickett. He's taken down on a Tennant tackle. That will hurt. And Booth comes off for a rest. And coming on is James Thomas for the Mount Eliza team. Loose ball again. Here's Breen. He threads a hand pass, but there was no one there, so he had to go back and get his own footy. Brought down late on the left. That should be a free kick down the ground.
It was
missed by Tennant. At the back, Ryan Marks Logan plays the ball in front for the Bombers. Feeds a hand pass out wide now to Kingsbury. Kingsbury just knocks it on his boot. Tapped down by Harnett. Got the hand pass out to Fox. The hand pass is intercepted by Gill. Got it now to Goddard from Mount Eliza. High kick. Mark should have been taken by Mount Eliza. Should have been paid, actually. Handball comes out now. Loose ball at half forward. Breaking one tackle and then another. Good play by Rouse. That was Zach Rouse. Big kick inside 50. Knocked down towards the goal square, and the Bombers might try and rush it through for a behind. Or they do, or over the boundary. No, behind by young Garrett. First score for Mount Eliza at the Mount Martha end of the ground. 1 behind to 3 behinds. 8 minutes played. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Short pass, a good one by Amalfi. Finds Fox between fullback and centre half back.
Did you call it the Mount Martha end of the ground?
That's what I'm calling it.
What?
Nah. Well, you tell me. You know better than I do. Long kick down the middle of the ground, almost a mark to Bedford. You're a local, I'm not. Loose ball in the middle of the ground. Quick hand pass comes out. Again, Mount Eliza have the kick smothered, but good play by Rouse to get the hand pass to his identical twin brother, Jordan Rouse. It's a bouncing ball. Can you believe this? They've hardly gone forward and they've kicked a goal against the trend. First goal, Jordan Rouse kicks it, received the hand pass from his brother, Zach, And
Murdoch
they've got
Highway,
a goal on the board, 117 to 3 behinds on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. They do all the hard work, the Bombers, and they concede the first goal, boys.
That was always going to be the issue, wasn't
Yeah.
it? They're just wasteful in front of goal, and all the space in Mount Eliza's forward line for when they took it up through. But the Rouse boys have been great for them this year, Mount Eliza, haven't they?
They've been really, really solid, and they're just they know what to do. They're towards the Murdoch Highway, and Dan will call that.
Yeah, the Murdoch Highway.
Where's Mount Martha then?
Mount Martha's on the
That's
wing.
in the
It's
wing.
back that's
Is it?
behind us, yeah.
That's where I live. It's about 8 k's away.
Fair enough, all right.
And it's 2 suburbs away.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah, right, you get stuck, you idiots. Geography's not one of my strong
You may
points.
as well call it the Sorrento.
Sorrento,
end.
yeah.
Oh, fair dinkum.
Or it might be the Pines end. I
If I
don't
was
know.
rating film stars, I'd end up with Lassie, wouldn't I? Ball's knocked down again. Comes out in the middle. Opportunity to drive it forward through Newton, but his kick is cut off again for the Bombers. Mount Eliza's defence has been one of their strengths this year, but this is a turnover in the middle of the ground.
effort.
Young Wood takes it, and he's brought down at a tackle, and then he gets the kick towards Thomas, who originally kicked it to him. And is he going to be paid the mark? No, the
No.
umpire said, I'll throw it up.
The double turnover.
It was a double turnover. Attacking side of the centre square for the Bombers. Into attack again. Tap down once more. They'll get a hurry kick through Fox. Pulled off the footy. Kicks
mark.
inside 50. That's an excellent mark taken. Last line of defence by Anthony. Looks to play on the left. High kick towards the wing. Grant is there. Sitting duck he is. He does well to bring it to ground.
good tackle.
Then a good tackle laid by
Bit
Webster,
long.
who's
Held
in
on
the
a bit
side
long.
today.
Held on a bit long.
And he did hold on a bit long, and the free kick will go the way of Chad Harris. His brother Seth is also in this team today. And their father, of course, is coach of the under-19s. Kicks in towards the pocket to Muston. Muston had to bend down, the old fella. Couldn't quite get it. You could hear the body creaking. Loose ball close to the boundary. Good play, Buchan to get a hand pass out. Hiratuku brought down on a tackle. Got it loose. Chance now, though, for the Redlegs to clear, and it was by Sam Mornay to the outer side. They kick towards the wing again, setting up well the Bombers. They hold it up, loose ball on the outer side. Price overruns it for the Redlegs. Fox gets another possession. He should have got rid of it because he got taken in a tackle. Then he got rid of it and should have almost been holding the ball. He who hesitates is lost.
Yeah, he's getting his hand on the ball a lot, Foxy, to start off this game.
Mount Eliza by 4 points. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Kicked the only goal so far. Soccer down again, close to the boundary. Quentin Newton had to go the wrong way. Pickett's will lay a tackle. Close to the boundary on the outer side. Breen got it out. Booth had the kick run down. Loose ball again. Marks Logan. Kingsbury. Good hand pass Sutton. Good hand pass Greeley. Fox on the end of it. Kicks it wide. Good kick. Forward. And they've got a shot at goal here.
Bucks, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
Corey Buchan, who probably needed the rest more than anyone because he had an ankle injury and a calf injury
I think they
in
had
the Sorrento match.
I think they had a few that would have missed. I don't think Suts would have got up, and I don't think Amalfi would have got up either by all reports. So, very handy break.
Hard on the boundary, 40 metres out, kicked 15 goals this year. He still kicked 15 goals and he misses everything by a long way. 117 to 3 behinds. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Nearly 13 played in the opening quarter.
Yeah, they had the Frankston Bombers. They did have Pines and I think Dramana during that 2-week patch. So, yeah, they would have missed a couple, but they probably would have thought they would have banked those couple of wins.
Yes. Back into play in short. The turnover is there. It was hang time.
Lucky.
Now they'll get a hurry kick out of this through, on this occasion, getting his boot to ball, but they didn't quite find the target, Tom Kelly.
Oh, through the legs.
And Colvin also was set up as well with the hang time kick across the face.
Yeah, they've missed a few times, Mount Eliza, when
Yeah,
they're
they
pulling
have.
the trigger on that small kick going out of that back line. But it hasn't cost them yet.
No,
That's the
Not
thing.
yet. Boundary throwing. It's been well inside the Bombers attacking 50. Mount Eliza have gone forward twice and scored twice. 117 to 3 behinds. Harnett overruns it and then receives a hand pass on the up. Gets a hurry boot to ball. Hemmed in, half forward outer side. High ball. Nelms couldn't quite hang on to the mark. And then a player is taken high.
Kicking in danger,
Yeah,
Dan.
kicking in danger, going the way of Bo Muston as he went down to pick up the footy. And he's been quite industrious, playing up forward at the moment.
He's a giraffe-looking character, isn't he, when he's moving around, Bo?
He looks like I think he lost a bit of weight too, I think.
I didn't have any weight to lose.
No,
I'm
he's
just
skinny as a rake.
very giraffe-y.
Yeah. A lot of changes once again, the interchange.
Yeah.
Modern game, mate.
Modern game.
You can't run out a quarter.
Can't run out 5 minutes.
Week.
Kick a goal and come off. Watch it too much AFL.
So Mustin to
that's a
kick.
goal.
That's a beautiful looking kick. Oh, well, it's
Really
hit the post. It was going through and then it's
Always bite you.
moved to the left-hand side.
Always
It was
bite
as
ya.
straight as a die for
Swung late with that
90% of
wind.
it, and then it became a bit crooked as a die, if that makes sense. 4 behinds to 117. Gross Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Good kick. And a nice mark taken by Hammond. Hammond will go inside and out of Nelms, who's been pretty good so far this year. Still marking at half-back for Mount Eliza. They've been camped in that position most of the game so far. Low flat punt towards the wing. No mark taken. Handball on the up by Hammond. Here they are now on the out. Taken by Webster. Cuts inside. Kicks inside 50. Goes to the back of the pack. Amelfi's there. Can't pick it up. Tries to soccer it. Picked up by Price on debut. Swinging kick misses to the right-hand side at the Muradoc Highway end,
That's
a long
the
way
one.
from where Mount Martha is.
Yeah, you're right
1-2-8 to 4 behinds on the Gross Syndicates Australia scoreboard. 15 gone in the opening quarter.
It's gone down there 3 times. For 3
And they've scored.
Yeah,
3
well,
points.
I don't like the communication behind the ball from Frankston Bombers at the moment because they had 2 loose over the back there and not one person was calling out to get extra numbers over to the contest. So that's worrying signs for me, I think.
Well, Drake's come back on. They need him in defence. Amelfi's back into play, kicks it high, and Drake might get into the contest here, but Garrett does and takes a good strong mark. Another one of their tall defenders. Garrett, the left footer, kicks it low and flat towards half forward. Mustin's there on the bounce. Beats 1, beats 2, feeds a hand pass out to Fox. He backtracks to avoid a tackle. Gets the hand pass back to Mustin. There's going to be a free kick.
Fox.
He was slung Fox. He'll take the free kick at half forward. In front of the coach's box. Kicks it low and flat. Grant is there. Had it knocked away late. They've got numbers at the drop. Gill gets the hand pass out. Hard on the boundary. Cleared now by the Redlegs. It came from the boot of Elliot Simmons. Close to the boundary and off hands and out of bounds.
That was the only place he could have gone. He had 4 Frankston Bombers down the line longer, so it was a very smart kick, and it was all they had.
So back into play. Right in front of the coach's box. Steve Brattle issuing instructions. His team going well this year. They're leading by 4 points. Harnett does well to win it from the ruck contest. Got the hand pass out towards Chase Harris. Hand pass to Newton. Hand pass to Fox. Fox kicks it high. Inside 50. No mark taken. At the drop, Matt Harris. His hand pass is errant. Not good. Intercepted by Jordan Rouse. And then they have numbers at the back again. Loose ball comes out as McGannon's hand pass was no good for the Redlegs. And they have to go backwards through Sutton to Fox. Fox has it now. He is confronted by Hammond and then he gets it back to Sutton. The umpire said it's not 15. Claimed in a tackle. Got it now towards Quinton Newton. And Newton just throws it on the boot. Wobbles it into the forward pocket. It almost gets in the direction of Bo Mustin. Runs away from him. Simmons is with him. It's out of bounds. It's not great footy. But the Bombers keep going inside 50 with these pretty ordinary forward 50 entries.
The amount of times they go into that dead pocket that they're going down there, it's been ordinary. They haven't hit that hot spot once.
You think the jumper's a bit of a clash?
Oh, let's go with that, yeah.
Boundary throw-in.
I'm colourblind anyway, so I
Booth
don't
is
even
there.
know.
Rouse a hand pass out. Misses the target. Sutton's in the road. He didn't have complete control of the footy in the Thomas tackle. And he'll take the free kick at left half forward, about 45 from goal. Having a good year, Brett Sutton. Very prolific. His team need a goal here. They've been inside 50 so often. Kicks it low and flat towards the top of the goal square. No mark taken. Again, the Red Leg defenders get back. They've been very good in keeping teams to low scores this year. Hook around the body. And then it's knocked through for a behind again.
Yep.
And Will Anthony was there to ensure that happened.
It's really scrappy forward for Bombers. There's no flow to it. I mean, whether or not that's Mount Eliza's set up behind the ball or whether or not it's Frankston's ability to make space and hit a target.
Mount Eliza get a break, they often go.
5 points to 1-2-8. And they do get a break on the outer side of the ground through Hammond from the kick back into play, but then it's turned over to Amelfi, who marks on the outer wing.
He needed to take that because if it hit the ground, they were in all sorts of trouble.
Wobbly ball, kicks to half forward. The foot in the block, it's flat. Hammond's in the road again.
Here they go.
Got the hand pass out to McGannon, and then running away. Here's a chance to be set up now. The Redlegs run it half forward, off the edge of the boot. The kick's no good and turned over again. Good mark taken by Chase Harris, and the player that was running quickly was Jeremy Burton.
That hit into the middle from Amelfi. That was to 3 Mount Eliza players.
Yep.
In short now to Greeley. Greeley marking half-back. He was outstanding in the win against Sorrento a few weeks ago. He goes back towards the defence, and this is Seth Harris. who marks in the back pocket as they concede some territory. In fact, it's Chase Harris. Chase Harris has the footy in front of the scoreboard. Kicks to the outer side. Harnett's the target, can't mark. Off hands, rode by Hammond for the Redlegs. Hooks a kick around the body. Picked up by Jordan Rouse. Gets the hand pass out on the outside to Nelms. Nelms kicks it long to full forward. Almost a mark. Under pressure.
No,
Picked up brilliantly.
easy.
Snap it. Goal. Great goal. Every time they go forward,
Kelly.
they score. Tom Kelly dropped the mark. He got it at ground level. Kicks his team second, and they're more efficient. 2-2-14. And they've been inside 54 times for 4 shots at goal. And they lead the Bombers 5 behind. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. And now coverage today. Our major sponsor is the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South.
I'll tell you why that was really poor. They had the switch on and they had a 2-on-1 over the other side, and then they didn't use it. So the whole team spread to this side to try and create numbers, and then they went back down the line to a 2-on-2 contest. And then that left Mount Eliza's a forward line right open.
Yep. They just had plenty of numbers, plenty of players the ball there, Mount Eliza, at the end there.
Yeah, they're good at ground level, Mount Eliza.
Thrown up again. Still in the middle. They're winning enough of the footy in the middle at the moment. The Bombers. Bedford got one high and he'll take the free kick for Frankston. They just need to use the footy better. Handballs defensively to Harnett. I wasn't expecting it. Drives it long inside 50. That's a good kick. A lot of distance on it. Who's there at ground level? No one. Loose ball. Now they've got the numbers. Greeley picks it up. Gets the kick partially smothered. Bouncing ball. Missed by Muston. Now some work for Mount Eliza to do. Ball swirling around. Breen will pick it up. He's run down on a tackle, gets the hand pass out, and they'll clear towards half-back, and eventually they find the sanctuary of the boundary line, despite having to work overtime to ensure that happened. Will Anthony couldn't quite hang on, out of bounds.
Under the pump then, Mount Eliza defence, and they got it out well.
Well, it was from the kick from Harnett. He hit the hot spot, and then all of a sudden there's a contest, and they look like they're under pressure. When they're hitting this dead pocket, it's too easy for them to get out or rush over the line.
9-point lead for Mount Eliza. Prior the tap. Harnett's there again. He's tackled, lost control of it. Fox picks up a loose ball, back to the dead pocket again, Hawks. And it'll be knocked towards the boundary. Wood does well to try and keep it alive. The youngster, the 16-year-old for the Bombers. And it is out of bounds once more.
It can't be a game plan, but it seems like every time they go forward... Oh, out in the full, was it?
No.
No, it couldn't be out in the full.
Yeah, no, I think it come off the Mount Eliza guys.
It could. Yeah, that's a good point. Greeley, well, he opened up the angle.
Well, that'd make sense, wouldn't it?
He's very deep, hard on the boundary.
Tick that one.
Runs around, opens up, it's skinny and short and low, and it didn't really do a great deal. 6 behind to 2-2-14. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, 22 gone, opening quarter.
That sounds like you, Dan.
Back into play,
skinny,
absolutely.
Short and low.
Back into play, Booth, and that is an outstanding mark taken by the Redlegs. And they thoroughly deserve that. Webster, he kicks down the line towards the wing. Off hands. Fox does well. His hand pass is not great. Puts Drake under pressure. Dancing. Now he's got Pickers at close quarters who receives by hand. Kicks to half forward. Wood couldn't hang on to the mark. A good contest. Goes to ground. Booth did well. The veteran against the youngster holds him up. Attacking side of the centre square. Telling the 16-year-old that this is senior footy against one of the more experienced campaigners in the comp. Thrown up again. Goddard wins it down. Socket forward by Pryor for the Bombers. Bounces off the ample chest on that occasion of Muston. Then he lays a good tackle. He clambers in, as does young Wood. Holds it up again inside attacking 50. Another shallow entry for the Bombers, who remain on 6 behinds to 2-2-14. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, 23 gone, opening quarter on the Frankston Jeep time clock. Tapped down again by Herituku towards half forward. He's had a bit of it, Fox. He throws it on the boot. High kick again, and this time it'll come off. But unfortunately not for the Bombers. A good mark, last line of defence taken by McGannon. McGannon switches in towards half back. And that's a good mark taken. They'll have to play on pretty quickly. This is Sam Mornay. Sam Mornay heads towards the wing. And Melfi's there. Knocks it away at ground level. 0-1 by Nelms. Gets the hand pass on the out now. Now they've got it again. Webster, he's been good. Kicks it low and flat inside 50. But a good mark. Last line of defence by Ryan Marks Logan. Marks Logan's away quickly. Kicks to the outer side. They've got open territory. They've got to go through Bedford. Bedford kicks it long again. Down that outer wing. Almost a one-hand into Taken. Quick kick came from Buchan. Kicks it forward towards half forward. No mark taken. Loose ball. Harris at ground level. Gets it out again towards Wood. Wood's taken down at a tackle and it's holding the ball. Great defence by the Redlegs. Miserly and Thomas receives that free kick. Delivers wide to Nelms, who marks it half back on the outer side. Nelms goes in short again. He finds Sam Mornay. Sam Mornay now kicks down the line for the Redlegs. Can't find Big Holland. Dropped a mark he probably should have taken. Greeley wins it at ground level for the Bombers. Gets the hand pass out towards Garrett. His kick's partly smothered. In the road again is McGannon. And McGannon finds a target. And this is Zach Rouse. Zach Rouse. He delivers further afield again.
Touched off the boot.
And it's touched off the boot. And Garrett lays a good tackle to ensure that his opponent cannot get away. And that was Simmons, and it'll be thrown up again.
We've got a happy little Germana supporter up on the camera there, mate. It's a good start
we're going to check some scores in a minute. Thanks to O'Brien Real Estate. Picked up on this occasion by Bedford. Throws it on the boot. Kicks towards half forward. Slips to the back again to Mornay. Mornay gets it to Booth. Booth now will swing. Long sweeping hand pass to Fox. Fox delivers to half forward on the bounce. Good hands by young Wood. Now it's Harnett. Harnett wants to do too much again. Tries to charge through and then drag down from behind. Great tackling by Sam Mornay, who's holding them up brilliantly at the moment. He switches it wide to Nelms. This defence is magnificent. 8-point lead at the moment at the 20-minute mark for the Mount Eliza side. Every time they go forward, they score. They kick down the line again towards half forward. No mark taken. Waiting at the back is Chase Harris. Got the hold as well. Got the hand pass out there to young Seth Harris. And then Bedford gets a loose ball, hugging the boundary. Wants some support. Wants to kick to someone. And in the end, all he does is kick it into bodies. And it's out of bounds on the wing.
Yeah, it's just that ball use at the moment, Frankston, isn't where it should be. Sam Fox has had a lot of the ball so far, and he's usually the best kick normally going around, and he's struggling to hit targets today.
Well, no one's on him.
Yeah.
Boundary throw in. Pryor
There
wins, and there's Sam Fox again. He spins out of a tackle and spiral punch long inside. 50. Bouncing ball. It was the line. It stopped on the line by Sam Mornay.
Lucky it was.
He was there. That ball was still in play. So a good first quarter by the Bombers, but again, they didn't take advantage of it. 6 behinds, and they went inside 50 constantly. And Mount Eliza, I reckon, went inside 54 times and kicked 2-2-14 to lead by 8 points on the Growth Syndicate's Australia scoreboard. So an 8-point lead at quarter time. Our coverage today brought to you proudly by the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. And we're going to check some scores thanks to O'Brien Real Estate. Paulie, take it away.
Okay, Division 1, Rosebud 3-2-20 to Sorrento, 1 goal straight 6. Dramana 6 goals 2-38 to Red Hill, 3 behinds. Close one, Edias 3-1-19 to Bomb Beach 2-5-17. Pines 2-4-16 to Frankston YCW 3-3-21. And Mount Eliza's game down here. I'll go to Division 2 just quickly.
Some big games there.
Some big games there.
Well, Langwarrin and Devon Meadows, big games. Somerville and Seaford, huge.
Yep.
Here we go. So, right.
And Chelsea and Hastings.
2-5-17 versus Crib Point 2-3-15. 5-2-32. Hawks will be happy at the moment. Pearcedale 3-4-22. It's only 10 points up at the moment. Chelsea 3-4-22 to Hastings 1-5-11. Langwarrin 4-4-28 to Devon Meadows 1-1-7. And Coringal 7-1-43 to Ty 1-1-7. And the match of the round, I think, in Division 2, Dan, you just said before there, Somerville 3-2-20, trailing Seaford 4-1-25.
So some good footy thanks to O'Brien Real Estate. So quarter time, Growth Syndicate's Australia scoreboard. Some work to do in regard to their ball use, the Bombers. 6 behinds, and they trail Mount Eliza, who are 2-2-14. Get your game face on.
Hi guys, Jack Riot here down at the all-new Frankston Jeep.
Here we go!
Frankston Jeep has been brought back to the peninsula by Freeway Motor Group. It's a family-owned and operated company which prides itself on outstanding service. So get down to Frankston and grab yourself a Jeep. On you.
For any real estate advice, feel free to drop into 188 Main Street, Mornington, or call us on 5975 7733, or feel free to contact any of our 25 plus O'Brien offices Victoria-wide.
Hi everyone, it's Tim from Growth Syndicates Australia and we're financial transformation specialists. Our clients are eliminating their mortgage in a much shorter period of time, creating more wealth and boosting their super. This is all done without impacting their lifestyle. Sounds amazing? Well, let me explain a little bit about the GSA Advantage. With clients all the rest of the week, our team of very experienced professionals enable unique and exclusive property investment opportunities through wholesale investing for clients to achieve specific outcomes. Our current projects are located in Brighton, Malvern East, Kew, Glen Iris and Mont Albert North. Everyone's busy and that's a fact. But did you know for every day you have a mortgage and underperforming investments or superannuation, you're missing out on $350 every day. It all starts with a friendly phone discussion to then arrange a meeting to provide you with a clear picture on what GSA achieves for our clients, and with no charge or obligation, see where these results can apply to you. So check us out at growthsyndicatesaustralia.com. Give us a call on 1300 205 556. I'd love to have a catch-up coffee with you at your place or our office. See where GSA can improve your financial position.
Steve Brattle still with the Mount Eliza boys, 2-2-14 to 6 behind. They only went inside 54 times in that quarter on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, but scored each time. And the Bombers, well, they were wasteful with their 6 behinds. Chris Holcomb, you've just been having a bit of a listen to the Mount Eliza coach, Steve Brattle.
Very relaxed at the moment. He's happy with their intensity, which you would be. Their ball movement, it's almost laughed it off because Frankston have been really bad with their ball movement as well. But he's happy with their intent, and obviously with Frankston getting a few scoring opportunities, also happy with the pressure that they're putting on down in that Frankston Bombers' forward line to cause those behinds. But yeah, he's pretty comfortable with the way they're going at the moment.
Well, he should be, because they haven't gone forward often, but they've scored on each occasion. I'm sure that would disappoint Bo Mustard because I think his team's playing some good footy, but just going too wide, aren't they? In that dead pocket, as you keep talking about, Hulk. Second quarter underway. Straight away, Harnett wins it, runs onto the footy, wins a clearance, kicks it long, inside 50, Buchan on his backside. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Greeley at ground levels at the slip. Taking in a tackle and holding the ball, wasn't getting rid of it.
Well, you got to remember,
deems the umpire.
You remember too, Dan, Mount Eliza the best tackling side in Division 1 by a mile. So the
Colvin.
Pressure that they put on is extreme.
Turns over the kick to Harnett. He marks in front of our commentary position. Brilliant against Sorrento a few weeks ago.
He's lost the boot.
He has.
Oh, he
still gets not a bad kick into it to half forward. Knocked backwards by Pryor. Had two opponents against him, but he's a big man, so he could nearly halve it and did. Ball's at ground level. Standing tall in a tackle, but taken down is Jordan Rouse for Mount Eliza, just outside defensive 50 as they defended the Murdoch Highway end. They lead by 8 points early stages, second quarter. Winning it down is Goddard. Pryor, the opposite ruckman, does well to throw it on the boot for the Bombers. Kicks to half forward. Mustard's there. Can't take the mark. The ball's at ground level in front of the scoreboard. On the outer side, good tackling.
Done it again.
And which way is it going? It'll go against Bedford. And once again, the Redlegs win on that outer side. Very solid team they are. And again, a half-distance pass is a good one. And Hammond playing pretty well. Was allowed a metre to take the mark. At half-back, again delivers in short.
Uncontested.
Loose men everywhere. And the mark taken by Jordan Rouse. Rouse at half-back. Plays on quickly. Careful looking kick. No mark taken by the Bombers, but at the back, Matt Harris is there. Slips over, feeds a hand pass out, missed by Pryor. Bodies clambering into each other. Socket out of mid-air. Ryan Marks Logan grabs it for the Bombers. Feeds a hand pass off to Page. Hand pass comes out to Grant. Gets the hand pass off to Fox. Fox is brought down late. That's a good kick, though. And he finds Khan Haratuku marking in front of our commentary position. In short now. That's better ball movement by the Bombers. Taken by Amalfi. Amalfi plays on quickly. Spearing kick inside 50, looking for Matt Harris, the smallest man there, can't mark it, gets the hand pass out to Harnett, and Harnett finishes. That's better. Clever underground hand pass by Matt Harris, and Harnett kicks his 6th goal of the season. 4 of them came against Sorrento 5 weeks ago. It's 1-6-12 to 2-2-14, and the Murdoch Highway end is where all the goals have been kicked so far on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. 2.5 gone, second quarter.
Two things with that. One, that's the first target I reckon Foxy's hit for all day coming out. The second one, even though Amalfi's kick wasn't unbelievably good, which was pretty poor, they went to the middle, went to the hot spot and created that
chaos ball, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. And in the first quarter, they were just kicking out here to the pocket every time. So it's good to see him actually being positive going forward.
2-point lead for Mount Eliza. Tapped down again by Pryor. Ball's bobbling around, knocks it down. Breen wins it though. Feeds a hand pass out to Kelly. Gets the hand pass defensively. They drive to half forward now, the Redlegs. Grant is there. Gets bumped. He allowed Zach Rouse to bump him. Got the hand pass to Nelms. Nelms delivers a chaos ball to full forward for the Redlegs. Numbers at the back though, the Bombers. They've got to clear quickly and they do. And Grant marks at half back. He plays on quickly. We know he's a great kick. He'll kick to the outer side of the ground and it'll come off now to Bedford. Bedford finding space on the outer side. Page led that nicely in defence and Grant eventually got the outlet kick. And now they keep running through Pickus. Pickus now will go back inside and he spots up Greeley. Greeley takes the mark on the wing on the outer side. Told to play on. Again they'll go the switch. Kick wasn't great as Garrett was met late, but he still takes the mark and then gets the hand pass out. They're under some pressure. Mark Logan involved. Garrett gets it again from Amalfi. Back to Mark Logan. Hang time as Nelms made him earn it. And they didn't really go any distance at all. They all went sideways and virtually backwards. Marks Logan at half-back in front of our commentary position. Low and flat inside 50. Grant marks. Greeley does well to rove. Handball knocked down. Sockers it out wide. Taken by Melfi. Gets the hand pass out now. Grant a hurried kick towards full forward. Bouncing ball. They've got numbers at the back. They try and get a hand pass clear. Mount Eliza they do. And eventually the outlet kick finds a target in Kelly. Kelly in front of the scoreboard. His kick's not great, but it does find a target. Didn't look great off the boot, but it found a target. And they've got it on that outer side. High ball towards the wing. Colvin was the target. He kicked it nicely. And no mark taken, though, by the Redlegs, and eventually turned over to Grant. Grant on the edge of the centre square. Kicks long to full forward. Getting back Colvin. Got a hand on it for the Redlegs and manages to just knock it through for a behind. Slides off the fist. And they're 1-7-13. The Bombers, Mount Eliza, 2-2-14. 1 point lead. Great Sydney gets Australia's scoreboard. Back into play. Short ball. Finds the target of Burton. He takes the mark. He's at half back for Mount Eliza. He'll get a hand pass at close quarters. They'll look to run. And they do run. Nelms. Over the top now, McGannon. Hand pass misses the target of Webster, who was good in the first quarter. Picks it up now. Goes back to McGannon. McGannon under pressure. Throws it on the boot indiscriminately. Bouncing ball. Clean bowls a number of players. There's Kelly taking it to tackle. Lost control of it. Loose ball. Good tackling by the Bombers. And the umpire says, give it to me. Inside attacking 50 at the Mount Eliza end.
Just behind the play there, Dan. Little Bo Muston and Will Anthony saying hello to each other properly.
Yes.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
Knocked down by Pryor. Slapped out by the Bombers. They've got numbers through. Fox again. Can he use the footy? It's not a bad kick, but it almost misses the target. But in the end, Sutton goes in. He's taken it. Tackled by Booth. Booth has got him front on and absolutely brought him to ground. Wins the free kick. Kicks it low and flat. And he finds a target. Mark at centre half forward for the Redlegs by Aidan Smith, who's kicked 4 goals this year.
It was a flying elbow after on the way down. It was just like
boom. The falling elbow onto the old scone there, but great tackle there by Booth.
Very sneaky, Boothie.
He's wiry but tough as nuts.
And nailed. 50 metres out. Long kick to the teeth of goal. Who's going to mark? No one does, and they'll rush it through for a behind the Bombers.
With the wind down there.
Yeah, 2-3-50 to 1-7-13.
Put the sail up soon.
He did.
And we've played nearly 7 minutes. Grey City gets Australia's scoreboard. Bombers back into play.
Something up a spell after that tackle.
Yeah, no, he's not well.
No.
Garrett marks. Delivers wide. Finds Harris. He's camped on that outer side. High ball towards the wing. No mark taken. Kingsbury went up. Couldn't receive it. Knocked out the back now towards Kelly. Kelly is confronted. Has to feed a hand pass inside. Puts his teammate Simmons under pressure. Back to Kelly. Shakes the tackle at half back.
Well done.
Gets support now in Breen. Breen for the Redlegs. Kicks in the middle of the ground. The mark was dropped by Booth. One he should have taken. Breen then is offloaded and might come up with a free kick, or is it going the other way? Breen's free kick. On the wing. His team up by 2 points. He'll deliver wide to Booth. Takes the mark now, the veteran. He's got a man on the outside. Draws him. Colvin takes the mark. Kicks in short again. Good kick. And the mark is taken at half forward for the Redlegs.
Webster.
And Webster's got the footy. And he goes in short again.
They're finding too much space.
Yeah, they are. And Kelly, who's running everywhere, takes the mark. He's a bit further out, but he's 50 from goal, almost directly in front. Look at that for a kick. There was space everywhere. They did not man any space whatsoever, the Bombers, and it allowed Max Mornay to drift into space and take a good mark on his chest.
Frankston Bombers at the moment, their defensive effort of letting the Mount Eliza bloke hit up is pathetic.
Yep,
it is absolutely pathetic.
They're well behind.
It's not 1 metre, it's 4 or 5.
Slight angle, 25 metres out. Mornay kicks.
Goal.
Mornay goals. And it's 3-3-21 to 1-7-13. The margin 8 points, a goal apiece in this second quarter. Mount Eliza up by 8 points. Great Syndicate's Australia scoreboard. And our naming rights sponsor today, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South.
You would have thought that the scoring, it's pouring down rain and wind at one end like that, but the conditions are perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
A little bit of wind, as we said, a little bit, but they're absolutely perfect. The ground's perfect, so...
Yeah, the Mount Eliza pressure they've got at the moment is fantastic, but I'm really worried about the Frankston Bombers' effort to defend and let their blokes hit up.
Throwing up. Harnett tries to burst his way through. Trying to do too much, Harnett. He's taking on the field, and on 2 or 3 occasions he's been tackled front on and dropped it like a spud.
Best tackling team on the peninsula.
Yeah, Jordan Rouse with the free kick. Big-bodied Jordan Rouse. Kicks it long and high inside. 50 Tennant. He presented himself, the big man. He started the match In defence now, he's gone forward.
Haven't called him much today, don't you?
Get the Dukes out. No, he's a presence. He just gives them something there if they get stuck to actually provide a contest.
So an opportunity here. He's on a very marginal angle of 15 to 20 metres.
Kicking with the wind, though.
Yeah,
Dan.
he is.
To the wind. To the
You
Port
keep
Melbourne
saying,
end.
Chris. I'm not sure he's kicking with the wind. Oh, look at those pine trees, which are right
but they're
behind
flying.
the goals
Look at that
at
carry.
the Mount Eliza end. And he's missed to the right-hand side of behind. Every time they go forward, they score. 3-4-22 to 1-7-13. The margin 9 points.
Tenno normally doesn't kick over a jam tin. That's carried well over 50 metres, mate.
So Melfi to inbound with his team 9 points in arrears. Not playing bad footy, but just their execution not brilliant at the moment. He's a little bit unsure what to do. He favours the broadcast side of the ground, and a big strong mark taken by Buchan. Buchan plays on quickly, kicks towards Harris, who's got out and taken the mark. He's got to get on with it. His kick down the line is absolutely appalling. He had a player there prior, and he really needed to centre that ball, and he went down the line, and Jared Grant is smiling.
There's 30 metres in the clear.
Spindles is smiling.
He had a little bit of a shake the head and
Yeah,
said, oh my
he did.
golly gosh.
Yeah, he did. There was a big opportunity. He was about 10 metres clear towards the goal square, but the execution of Harris, like a number of his teammates, leaving a lot to be desired. Reminds me of the game early in the Air Hogs we did against YCW.
Yeah.
Boundary throw and tapped down by Pryor, rode by Fox, taken by Matt Harris, back to Fox, back to
tackle.
Kingsbury.
Look at the
Teammates
tackles.
under pressure. Great tackling.
Hello, it's
And
on.
well done,
It's on.
Thomas.
It's on
Gets
now.
the hand pass out, and then he receives one behind the play. High ball inside 50 by the
that
Redlegs,
should be.
and an excellent mark to Breen.
That should be come in when bang. That should be in front of the umpire. It should be a 50-metre penalty. So it's still on there, just behind there, watching them push and shove each other there. There was, Harris, Matty Harris,
He went
and
straight through him, didn't he?
Harnett.
It's a good mark by Breen too.
Having a good year, Breeny.
He's having an outstanding year as
A
Booth
tackling
comes off
machine.
for a rest. Yes. And Anthony comes back on.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Breen can do. 45 metres
Oh, he
out. It's a
can.
good-looking kick off the boot.
Oh, the wind's carried it
And
over.
it's just gone to the left-hand side. I look at those pine trees and see no wind.
It's called Hawks' Hurricane at the
It
moment.
You watch Joan Bunn every night. You would have
I
told
do.
you there's going to be a lot of wind.
I didn't really listen to what she was saying last night. She had one of those good dresses on.
3-5-23 to 1-7-13.
I don't
I
think
see all
anyone
the
does.
farmers.
I think anyone
When she
does.
used to do it at Wind Television in Ballarat, they used to love watching her.
I love Jane Bunn.
To find out what was happening with the weather, I think. Anyway, Harry Pryor's hand pass comes out towards Buchan. May have been tackled without it.
good pick
Right in front of our commentary position. Haratuku's in there. Gave it to Grant. Grant wasn't able to get hold of it properly. And good, tough, contested footy in front of our commentary position. Ball to be thrown up. Margin 10 points. Grove Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Working his way to the front, Haratuku. Rove, though, by Nelms of the Redlegs. High left foot kick towards half forward. Number of players camped underneath it. No one can take the mark. Ball's at half back for the Bombers. It's cleared again by Breen. It's an advantage to the
great
Redlegs.
kick.
That's a beautiful kick and on the lead. Good mark taken by the big fella Goddard.
Jeez, he's a very good kid, Bailey Breen, isn't he?
Yeah, he lowered the eyes.
Yeah.
He could have
Got
had a ping.
away.
He could have had a ping there, boys. It ran in, but he saw Goddard running out. Beautiful.
90% of the footballers in the peninsula are putting the eyes up.
This is my first look at Mount Eliza,
Yeah.
and for 3 years, and they are just so disciplined, aren't they? As this kick, though, unfortunately, is no good and just sneaks through for a behind. Very awkward kicking style by Big Goddard, has been playing for Frankston. And it's back into play by Buchan, goes into the back pocket. Not Buchan, I should say Melfi. He finds Page, the former captain of the Bombers, back to full back as he shares it, but they're going nowhere in a hurry. It's like they're about to kick out again. And Melfi has it.
Good
With his
zone.
team under pressure. 11 points in arrears. Kicks to Harnett. He takes a
strong
good mark overhead. Opposed to Nelms, but still at half back. He'll chip over the top to Greeley. Greeley loves to give them run. He takes the mark now. On the mark is Burton. Told to play on. Burton tucks him in. And in the end, it's an horrendous kick. High ball. And luckily, Harnett marks, but marks it out of bounds on the full. That was just what was
sloppy.
Greeley doing? Get on with it. And he got himself tangled up and hemmed in and stymied as Nelms kicks an absolute beauty. Finds a target. And this is Zach Rouse. Zach Rouse is at left half forward. Steve Brattle says he still can't tell the difference between the two of them. Kicks long inside 50. They're identical twins. At the fall is Breen. He can't get hold of it. He's stripped of the footy, out of bounds. Boundary throw in, 25 metres around from Mount Eliza's goal. And the ball is camped there at the moment, 3-6-24 to 1-7-13. Grade Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
They wear different numbers though, don't they, Dan? That'd be a pretty easy way to tell them apart.
No, I mean when they're at training, if they're not wearing numbers.
It's the same as
Don't you be a smart aleck.
same as the Cummings
Tap
boys
down
at
again.
Rosebud.
Yeah, correct. Out of the fence goes Mark Slogan.
Good mark.
Kicks to the wing, but it'll come straight back. Good mark to Anthony in the green boots. He takes the mark at half back for the Redlegs. He'll drive it long inside 50. Big ball to the teeth of goal. A lot of players get up. It's close to the boundary. Cleared out of the fence again. Mark Slogan's hand pass finds a target. Grant under pressure.
Nope. Going
Pickus, but it's turned over again as they've set up brilliantly behind the play in this
That's a
corner.
better kick.
Mount Eliza, Nelms, chaos ball to the teeth of goal. Fisted away again towards the outer forward pocket, and it might go out of bounds. There's also some tackling occurring as well, and it'll be thrown up.
It's amazing your 2-week break, how much effect it has on just your general touch and your game sense.
Shot for goal.
Here's a shot at goal for Mount Eliza from the stoppage, and it sneaks through for another behind as they continue to pepper and dominate at the Mount Eliza end. 3-7-25 to 1-7-13. Grade Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
That's what we were saying earlier, Hoxie, that you can train and get the ball fit and that, but on match day, you lose a bit of touch and match fitness and pressure.
As a team, your flow isn't there that it has been previously. So, it's very strange.
Melfi to the outer side of the ground. No mark taken. At ground level, Harris got the hand pass out to Buchan. Got the hand pass out again towards Wood, but he had it stripped and cleared again by Thomas for Mount Eliza. Kicks back
he's paid
inside
it.
50.
Over the shoulder.
There's going to be a free kick over the shoulder. The young fella's gone back into the pack. Young Price on debut, and he's going to get a free kick.
They're kicking with the wind, so should be right for distance, mate.
Well, they've all kicked the same spot with the wind, mate, and the distance is not a problem. It's more like the accuracy at the moment.
Yeah.
Green off, Hammond on.
Happy's on. Bring him in a spell.
Yes, he's been very good, Breen. Got that left leg advantaged.
Teno's waiting to come on too.
He is the big fella. Let's see what young Price can do from the under-19s. Elevated today for debut.
It's a goal.
It is a beautiful looking
His
kick
first
from
goal.
50 metres with the win, Chris Holcomb.
carried 20 metres
First
past
goal
the
in
post.
senior footy, and the margin out to 18 points. 4-7-31.
They get around
The
him.
Bombers are 1-7-13 on the Great Syndicates Australia scoreboard as Elliot Simmons gets ready to come back on for the Bombers. For Mount Eliza, Bo Muston on for the Bombers. And changes continue to be made left, right and centre.
They look a lot more dangerous when the ball hits the deck forward, don't they?
Mount Eliza.
Mount Eliza.
Oh, yeah.
But even with their hit-ups, like they're finding possession at the moment a little bit easier to move through.
Definitely.
And you see when Frankston Bombers have got the ball, the pressure that Mount Eliza are
The
putting
tackling,
on.
the tackling is just sensational.
Very good to watch. Very good to watch.
3 goals at the moment. They need to do something here, the Bombers. Tapped down by Khan Hiratuku. Rode by Sutton. Kicks inside 50.
Well done.
Pryor makes a good contest, but at the drop
He had
it
to
slips
drive
to
his own
Nelms. Nelms can't get hold of it. Trying to burst through. That should nearly be holding the ball against Anthony. Tried to take on the field. Good tackling by Kingsbury. Holds him up, attacking side centre square for the Bombers.
Well, Harry Pryor's flying up for the contest then, and he's the one roving his ball. How does that happen in the forward line when you get a quick kick in?
Knocked down again by Max Mornay. Here's Nelms. He slips over.
He got
and
rid
it's
of it.
holding
He
the
got
ball.
rid
He
of
had
it.
got rid of it,
Terrible
though.
decision.
Yeah, it
He
wasn't the
slipped
right
over.
decision. Free kick to Newton, who's got bandages everywhere. Looks like the mummy on his legs as he kicks inside 50. It's not a great
He
kick.
took the
Fisting it
pack
down.
out.
Good play by, on that occasion, Simmons. Now it slips to Kingsbury, who was waiting outside, received the hand pass and wobbles it through for a behind. So Simmons will kick back into play, but he was looking to play on immediately, but the flag hadn't been waved. Now he will. 1-8-14 to 4-7-31. Mount Eliza by 17 points. He kicks
That's a
towards
free
the
kick.
boundary on the outer side. Play was dragged down trying to mark Booth. Mr. Reliable. Darren Booth at half back.
Have a look at that. That was 3 Mount Eliza leads, and the Frankston Bombers bloke was 5 metres behind.
Yep.
Could have hit any of them.
Long ball to the wing.
Then he kicks down the line to
Down the line,
contact.
straight
Turn over to Pryor. Takes the mark.
Love
Plays
it.
on quickly. Left foot kick towards
Oh,
half
two
forward.
ends.
No mark taken. At the drop. 1 on this occasion. Getting the hand pass out, McGannon got it back to Booth, and Booth's taken on a tackle.
That's very lucky.
He's very lucky because he was, I thought he had Pryor.
Yeah.
The umpire let it go.
He did. He looked after the old fella then.
I think he did.
He did. Throw up once more.
Yep.
Open-handed slap. Booth comes through, spins out of a tackle, gets the hand pass free. Amelfi, a quick hand pass at close quarters to Fox. Yet another possession. Finds a target close to the boundary. Mark taken by Buchan, and his kick's not great. That's been their issue.
Again.
They've just gone deep to the pocket each time and not finding a target. Margin 17 points.
I think it's time to...
20 minutes in the second quarter. Grove Syndicate's Australia's scoreboard. 31-14. Mount Eliza, the home team in front. Again, just squeezing the life out of their opponents. Knocked down by Pryor. Handball Simmons.
You won't catch him.
Now running away, Burton, as he received from Booth. Loves to run. Has a couple of bounces. Got a player in space. Old Webster dropped the mark. Has to go back and collect. Handballs to Burton, who kept running. Swings one way, then the other. Lowers the eyes, drops the kick in short, and Big Tennant takes the mark.
Great running by Burton.
Oh, how
Brilliant.
quick is he?
Brilliant.
You won't catch him, and he followed it up too there, guys, at the drop mark there, but he followed it up, and just a beautiful little pass to see Big Tenno come out.
They're a lot faster at ground level
They
than
are.
Bombers, but that's very noticeable.
Page coming off, limping a bit too. Left half forward here for Shane Tennant.
No worries with the distance up that end, Dan.
You don't reckon?
No.
Because of the wind?
Up at the Port Melbourne
Yes.
end. Is that where we're going with it?
Oh, probably we'll go Port Melbourne. Well, that's
It's
close
in
to
that
Melbourne, isn't
vicinity,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Shane Tennant.
Oh.
It's left the whole way. Gary Rowan needed to do that last night and didn't.
That's a backman's kick. That
It
one.
is a backman's kick. 4-8-32 to 1-8-14 margin and even 3 goals. Grove Syndicate's Australia scoreboard.
Fox off,
Fox
Harnett on.
Yes, correct.
I reckon Bombers need to do something with their forward line. At the moment, they've got Bo Muston playing deep in that forward line. I think they need to push Hiratuku or Pryor back to give that long target.
Heratuku's done nothing so far.
No, he hasn't.
He's done nothing.
Well, Harry's been quiet as well, as he takes a mark and plays
He
on.
does.
And here we
And
go.
then that's on the granny over the back.
And
Here we
look,
go.
Grant's there. He should run into an open
Oh,
goal.
that was-
He'll kick it low and flat, and he'll miss. Oh, he needed to kick through it. Jared Grant's
That
better than
was
that. He was on his own,
that's
loitering
crazy
with
from-
intent, and that was not a good finish.
That's light. You're going light on
Bedford
him
and
there,
Pryor
Dan.
involved around the outer side there. It was almost coast-to-coast footy, but again, a lazy finish by Jared Grant. As straight away, they bring it out to the broadcast side. Webster marking for Mount Eliza. Goes inside again. He finds Kelly, who's been very, very good. Kelly on the left, kicks to half
that should be
forward,
50.
and that was late by Bedford. The mark had already been taken, and they're just looking too good, aren't they? They're just cutting them to pieces with the way they're playing. They're zigzagging their way through the middle of the ground, and they're able to switch play at ease. And Burton got on his own, received one after marking, and he marks it right half forward, heading towards the Mount Eliza end.
Yeah, it was very good ball movement through there.
The
Still
45 angles was really good, man.
Oh,
too
yeah.
much room, though.
Yes.
And no communication from the Frankston
17-point lead. Burton. Long and high.
He's kicked that, has he? No?
No, just missing
Just
to the
pushed
left-hand side. 4-9-33, 1-9-15, and even 3 goals spread again. Grove Syndicate's Australia's scoreboard. Jared Grant would love to have that kick again, wouldn't he? Back into play.
How was the
It's
intent?
short, Harnett. Finds a target in Garrett, who marks at half-back. But it's just slow and
Stagnant.
laborious.
Look at
Yeah,
everything.
nothing
It's
going
just
on.
No movement,
There's
nothing at all. Nothing.
Garrett will kick it long and high towards the wing. Big fist from behind. No mark taken. Harnett there. Had it shoved away. Kelly a little kick for Mount Eliza. Getting on the end of it. A shot at goal.
No, missed again.
Just missing again. One of the Rouse twins was able to get hold of that. Bobbling ball at half forward.
2 goals, 8 so far. Mount
Zach
Eliza
Rouse,
scored it.
yes. They've
2
missed a
goals,
lot of
8.
opportunities. 4-10-34 to 1-9-15 margin, 19 points.
Let's see if we can get any more movement out of the Frankston Bombers. They're all standing still at the moment. Straight down the guts. Big Khan. Oh, it's hit Jared Falcon.
He couldn't take it, and it's taken at the back by McGannon. Kicks Mount Eliza to half forward, loose ball, and holding his ground, but then taken on a tackle is Garrett. Gee, their tackling's been very good. Their forward pressure tackle.
I think they
and
want-
once again, it's Zach Rouse.
Probably
Gee, they're
within
well
distance.
built, the Rouse boys, aren't they?
Probably within distance, mate, being
Do you
down
think
that
so?
end. Yeah, he's probably only 60 out with that hurricane wind, so he'll probably make the distance from
Yeah,
there.
I wish the trees have not been affected by it.
Hey, no, have a look at this ball carry.
Yeah.
He's the bloke on the marks on the 50-metre
Going
line.
to kick 60.
Let's see how he goes.
Zach Rouse.
Oh,
He's kicked
give
it well, hasn't he?
Give it a roll.
He has. He's made it comfortably, but not accurately. 4:11:35, 1:9:15, margin 20 points, 25 gone, second quarter. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. So into play. And it favours the outer side of the ground. No mark taken. And again, Bedford gets involved, brings it to ground, puts it over the boundary on that outer side.
Yep, they just want the half-time siren to come, Frankston Bombers, I think.
Or do they what?
They need to start again, don't they?
Yep, they're looking really flat.
As a Night Carter's hat after the break. The momentum was all their way before the break. Now, I thought Zach Rouse may have been penalised for holding the ball, but might have squeezed a 1 metre kick in that tackle from behind on the wing on the outer side after the stoppage, of which Mount Eliza had won. Tapped down again. Open-handed slap by Heratuku. Loose ball. It follows Bailey Breen again. He'll get a hand pass out on the outside.
There it is.
Shot at goal, but the siren sounds just as the kick came across the face, and a really good half. In fact, it's been counted as a behind. It's another behind.
Really?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
No, I don't think it
Or
did.
wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
No.
4:11. I saw the flags wave. Maybe it was just signalling the end of the quarter. 4:11:35 to 1:9:15. Some work for the Bombers to do, and Mount Eliza owned that quarter. The ball lived in their attacking 50 at the Mount Eliza end of the ground, and the lead by 20 points on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Our coverage today proudly brought to you by one of our proud sponsors, the Telstra Technology Business Centre of Melbourne South. And just one goal for the Bombers, 1:9:15. Chris and Paul, a lot of work for the Bombers to do. How do they get back in the game?
Well, for a start, they just need their enthusiasm to actually defend and communicate when defending isn't there at the moment. So they're letting Mount Eliza give too much space. They're getting 5-10 metres out of the in front of their opponent, and it's almost as if the Frankston Bombers defenders just let them run up. And then when they go through an attack, it's a weird setup they've got there at the moment. I mean, they've got Bo Muston and Jared Grant deep, but they've got such an advantage having Hiratuku and Pryor as being those big targets, but yet I don't think one inside 50's been high to either one of them. So it's a weird thing, but credit to Mount Eliza, their tackling pressure's been amazing. They move the ball. They're decisively quicker than what Frankston Bombers are, and you can see that when they get out in the open. So Frankston Bombers winning the ball, but just very wasteful going forward.
Let's have a look at the other scores in this round of footy. Round 11 in the second division, round 10 in first division. Thanks to O'Brien Real Estate, Paul.
Thanks, Dan. And Hulks there. Rosebud, 6-3-39 at 2-2-14 Sorrento. So Rosebud going on quite well there. Dramana, 7-3-45 to Red Hill, 3-3-21. Bomb Beach, 6-10-46 to EDS, 4-2-26. Frankston YCW still in their first quarter. They'll probably update soon. 3-3-21 to 2-4-16. And the Mount Eliza game down here is good. Division 2, thanks Hulks there. We've got Rye, 4-11-35 to Crib Point, 3-4-22. 10-3-63 to Pearsdale, 7-5-47. So
Gee, they're competitive, Pearsdale, aren't they?
that's
They're
good.
going
Yeah,
all right,
that's
aren't they? It's been a really good plus for the competition this year about how
definitely.
much they've improved.
Definitely.
Chelsea, 6-4-40 to Hastings, 3-8-26. Langwarren, 5-11. Bad kicking there. 41 to Devon Meadows, 3-4-22. Coringal, 12-4-76 to Tyab, 2-2-14. And the match of the round and at half time, Seaford 6-5-41, 6-4-40.
Belter.
Here's a belter
there. So that's a close little game there at the Seaford ground there.
That was meant to be, of course, the launch of the new club rooms at Miles Reserve. It'll happen, but they'll wait until they get crowds back. So,
disappointing. It would have been a good match for it.
Well, that was the game we were going to do 4 or 5 weeks ago. We're great to be here, but of course, in these COVID times, you've just got to be ready to make changes as quickly as possible. But at least the footy is back and we're enjoying it. So half-time, 20-point lead to Mount Eliza, going along as they have all year. The defence right on top. They're just a very well-drilled side. They're very well organised. They know what they're doing. They're 5-5-35. Some work for the Bombers to do again. And really, I think they were probably the most informed team before the break, but just struggling at the moment. 1-9-15 and never looked like at that quarter at all. Jared Grant missed a sitter. He really should have just kicked through it instead of doing the dribble. Jason Dunstall would have had a heart attack. 20-point lead at half-time on the Great Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Our major sponsor today, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. We'll take a break. Back with the second half shortly. Get your game face on.
Welcome to the 2021 edition of the GameFace Record app, jam-packed with the newest features to help you get the best information for your club and competition this 2021 footy season. New users will now be prompted to sign up via Facebook or email to help out with our new interactive features. Here you'll be prompted to select which team you follow for one of the leagues that GameFace provides its coverage to. You'll be notified for updates exclusive to that team that you follow. More teams can be followed once you're in the app. Some other exciting features include the new social media capabilities. The newsfeed from our designated Facebook groups is now synchronised through Facebook, so you can now get the league's latest news right through our app. GameFace is now also introducing GameFace TV alongside the new update. Here you'll be able to watch GameFace Match of the Days, interviews and other video content that we provide, all in an easy to access newsfeed. Live scoring makes a return, with the latest up-to-date scores on game day for each match being played delivered straight to your phone right in the change rooms after the game. You can now also view stats in more detail, such as best players of the round, the ladder, team lists, as well as leading goal scorers for the division. Our club pages have been reworked, now with more of a one-stop shop for vital information. Here you can view dedicated content for your club, such as purchasing merchandise, memberships and much more. We're ready to tackle this footy season, so make sure you download the brand new GameFace digital record app.
Get your game face on.
For any real estate advice, feel free to drop into 188 Main Street, Mornington, or call us on 5975 7733, or feel free to contact any of our 25 plus O'Brien offices Victoria-wide. For any real estate advice, feel free to drop into 188 Main Street, Mornington, or call us on 5975 7733, or feel free to contact any of our 25 plus O'Brien offices Victoria-wide.
Nice and cold, but pleasant. If that is easy to understand, it is winter in Victoria. We're down at Mount Eliza, Emil Marsden Reserve, and it's half-time in the big First Division clash and the return to local footy after a month due to lockdown and COVID. 5-5-35 to 1-9-15. Mount Eliza by 20 points and been very efficient when going forward. The ball lived in their attacking fifth, scoring. They're not scoring enough goals. And in that quarter, they were very inaccurate, but they thoroughly deserved their lead over what's been a pretty disappointing Bombers, who were in great form before the break. Their best win was against Sorrento by 5 goals. And then, of course, we didn't play footy for a month until today, and they're just struggling to kick goals. Jared Grant back for his first game for 6 weeks. Very rusty indeed. He was suspended for 2 and then obviously hasn't been able to play for a month. So it's 4-11-35, not 5-5-35, 4-11-35, 1-9-15. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. And our major sponsor today is the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. So a very good start by the Mount Eliza Football Club. Not as accurate as they'd like to be, and they should be much further in front, even though if you look at what the Bombers have done, they've also been inaccurate. I thought their first 15 minutes was very good. The ball lived inside the attacking 50, but the big issue for the Bombers was an inability to kick goals, and they were going for the dead pocket, which was the forward pocket on the grandstand or social club room side, commentary side of the ground, and there was a lot of repeat entries, but shallow repeat entries. And then in the first quarter, every time Mount Eliza went forward, they scored. They only kicked 2-2 in that quarter, but 2-9 in the second quarter, and really needed to make more of their opportunities against a disappointing Frankston Bombers. So Jared Grant had a shot at goal. He got out the back and he tried to kick it along the ground, dribble it, when really needed to kick through it, and that could have been a handy goal for them against the trend. But Chris Holcomb, it's been a very good first half by this reliable, well-organised, well-structured Mount Eliza side, who continue to do everything right in their quest to win their first premiership in the MPNFL since 2005.
Yeah, look, they're just quicker at the moment. Their tackling pressure defensively is a lot better than what Frankston's is at the moment.
Yeah,
I think they've got issues forward, Frankston. As silly as that sounds, give a forward. Normally, and you're 4-11 at half time, you're going, oh, but they're dominating actually at the moment, Mount Eliza. And 1-9 from the Bombers, that's going to cost you games.
Yeah, it sure is, and they'd be really disappointed with the way they've played. They've turned it over a lot. I mean, Sam Fox did a lot of the footy.
Yeah.
And he's normally a beautiful user. He just hasn't been able to hit a target.
He started using it a couple of times in that second quarter. First quarter, he was very wasteful with it. Now, is that Mount Eliza's pressure, or is it the forward line not being spaced enough to be able to hit a target and give you enough options both at the moment? And that's not something that you'd see on the sheet at the start of the day when the sides are next to each other. It's the attitude when you go out there and the intent that you have. And Mount Eliza this year, you can't knock their intent. They've been very, very good. Because like we said, they haven't got household names.
They're on the same page. They know what they're doing. I mean, again, we use a term in football a lot, role players. We've got a lot of role players who are playing the role
very well
that the coach, Steve Brattle, wants them to play, and they're playing it specifically.
Well, even if their name players aren't really tearing it up at the moment, but you look through and you can say Webster's doing his part, Burton's definitely doing his, he's quick, isn't he? Anthony's doing his part, and then you look through the middle and you've got the Rouse brothers and you've got Breen, who, again, not superstars of the competition, but geez, they really get beaten, and their tackling pressure and then their ability to win the ball at ground level is fantastic. So it's a really good mix for Mount Eliza, and as a supporter, that's what you want. You want to see your homegrown kids having a crack, and that's what they do. So as a Mount Eliza supporter, you'd be very happy.
Yes, they've got some good kids out there.
Yeah, they're not old by any
No,
stretch of the
that's the thing.
imagination.
I mean, Tennett's an experienced campaigner, been around a fair while.
Well, he's 46 now,
Yeah.
so he brings the average age up a little bit.
Yeah, he does a bit.
But yeah, besides him, and you'd probably give him a bit of leadership on the ground, the rest of them, they're foot soldiers. And at the moment, they're just outworking Frankston. And that'd be the most disappointing thing for the Frankston Bombers, is that's not a skill thing, that's a mental thing that they're outworking them.
How much are they missing Chapman? He's a good outside runner and a nice kick too, isn't he, for the Bombers?
But he's not going to make that much a difference. It's more of their ability to communicate behind the ball and their ability to be able to run with them and create the contest instead of that overlap of uncontested football, which Mount Eliza seem to be getting at the moment.
Steve Rattle walks past us.
Well, he looks like a happy man at half time, doesn't he?
Yeah. And now he's making comments.
I was very surprised at quarter time actually of how relaxed he was. There wasn't coaches sometimes can get very intense, especially if in a scrappy game and when skills aren't going well and you're not hitting targets. But he was very, very relaxed. Very happy, and especially with his first crack at senior football, he seems to be taking it very well, as you would when you've only dropped one game and draw from first. Frankston to make sure that they click on the ground and actually put those names to use and get back 4 points.
Number change too, Paulie. Lockie Hodder, number 2, not number 63. He's the boy from the Stingrays.
Oh, yes.
He's coming to the team today for the Mount Eliza side.
And Sam Webster's first game in.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? He's kicked
done
13
well.
goals in the reserves, leading the reserves.
And Price is the captain of the under-18s at Mount Eliza, his first game.
So he's also been okay.
So they've got, I think, 2 or 3 additions today to their team. So
But
just putting the Lockie Williams there, who was supposed to be playing today, and he's also down at Frankston. That he's done his hamstring again. At training, not as bad as what he thought, but you said to me the physio.
Was it because he just hadn't been able to do the
he was saying that he couldn't get
training simulation? I'm sure they'd all be doing something. If he going for runs or whatever.
Couldn't get in the gym and do his gym work, stuff like that, and all the weights and things and that. And that's what sort of affected his hamstring. I reckon he's about 2 or 3 weeks away till he's back again.
Just quickly, boys, this is a huge quarter. If Frankston can't get close with this hurricane wind they're kicking with in the third quarter, then there'll be curtains in the last.
Wind.
I went out there at half time, mate. The wind's blowing very crisply.
Yeah, of course you did. Third quarter underway, and Harnett straight away gets a clearance. Not a very effective one. The ball wobbles to the other side of the ground. Good contest out there. Nelm's in pursuit. Bedford in the long sleeves and the dreadlocks. He does well to try and soccer it and make valuable meterage for his team, the Bombers, side of the ground.
Plenty.
Dog walkers and deciding to have an exercise today, which of course you can as part of the COVID restrictions.
Just speaking to W Spackman, the president, he's never seen so many dogs walking around here now.
I just wonder whether
someone's got to go and do the poo skipper later on and get everything up.
I just wonder whether people have decided to buy a dog today and go to the park. There might be some local footy accidentally. His son, he again takes it out of the contest. He slipped over, but his left foot kick somehow found a target. That's Kingsbury at right half forward, about 50 from goal.
He's been quiet.
To the Gale. He has been quiet, the former best and fairest winner in the old MPN competition.
Shouldn't have trouble with the distance.
No.
With
the wind?
I bet you this sails through post high.
They need to go.
I don't know.
They need to go. 1-9-15 to 4-11-35. That is outstanding kick.
He let the wind take
That is our goal of the day.
He just sat
Kickstarter. that they require, the Bombers.
You blokes think I'm taking the mickey. I've been out there, and I know
mate,
that wind is carrying hard that way.
You are a
Mate.
lunatic.
I've been out here many times, as you know, and there's no wind out there.
Yeah, oh, well, we'll see. We'll let the viewers at home decide on that one.
2-9-21 to 4-11-35. The
That's
margin,
all that-
14 points. Jared Grant is on the wing. Taken, but in a direct possession, the hand pass comes out from Haratuku to Muston via Greeley, and then Muston couldn't take it, so he has to be the tackler, and he puts his opponent on his backside in Nelms, and it'll be thrown up inside attacking 50. Open-handed slap by Goddard. Handball comes out. Quick clearing kick by Breen into the middle of the ground.
good mark.
And a good mark to Tennant. He's been solid. He feeds the hand pass out wide now. They can get going again through Hammond. He kicks into space. This is Webster. Lowers the eyes. Superb kick by Webster, and he finds a target. And this is Smith, who's kicked 4 goals this year in the campaign for the Redlegs in season 2021. Right half forward, Aidan Smith.
He's not sure with the breeze blowing in his face, Dan, that he's going to be able to make the distance.
No.
The guy's only 30 metres out on.
53 from goal, 15-degree angle. It's a good-looking kick by Smith. It's magnificent.
Just got there.
Right in front of the social club rooms, but there's no one here, so no one's clapping. 5-11-41 to 2-9-21. The margin is 20 points on the Grey Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
That was set up by Shane Tennant's muck in the middle of
Yeah,
the
it
ground.
was.
Great mark by Tenno there, and played on to Hammond.
How can a ball be up in the air for that long and
take it chest?
Take it on your chest. Yeah, well, that's disappointing. But he just wanted the ball more than anyone else, didn't he?
He did. So they cancel the quick goal from the Bombers with one themselves, the Redlegs. They're just finding a way here, and it's their defence. They've kept teams to pretty low score so far this year. Thrown up again. They haven't played Bomb Beach weekend.
Ooh.
So I thought that'll be the last round of the season, Hawks, and they play Bomb Beach
He's
again.
hurt,
For the
Bailey
first
Breen
time.
was
Bailey
linked
Breen has
back.
hurt himself at tackle,
I reckon
and he's
that-
in trouble as Pryor
There we go.
drives it long, inside 50 again. No mark taken, missed by Colvin. Hand pass comes out close to the boundary,
Oh.
and it's cleared by Anthony, but where's he kicked that into the cricket ground?
His shoulder.
Out of bounds on full. Is it?
Shoulder to Breen.
It's a bit of a sling tackle
Yeah,
there.
it
but
was.
He's a tough kid.
And they
He's
didn't
trying to run it off.
Yeah, but look at him. He's it's
a stinger. I reckon it's a
well, it is, but the shoulder is hanging limply.
We'll just see what happens. I'll watch him for a while.
He's not going well.
Who's got the ball in hand down here? Bucks. Ooh, that wind will bring it back nicely straight into goal there. So he's
Hawks
a
was
real
Hurricanes.
chance.
Hawks was
Hard on the
Hurricanes.
boundary. Buchan has kicked 15 goals this year.
Oh, look at
Goes
the
for
wind,
the
bring
drop
it.
punt.
Oh,
It's not a bad effort, just across the face slightly for a behind. And the 10th for them on the Grey Syndicates Australia scoreboard. The Bombers down by 19, 2-10-22 to 5-11-41.
Bailey Breen going back forward there, just rubbing that shoulder
Well, I
there.
think he needs to come off, doesn't he?
oh, he'll be the judge of that, mate. He's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He'll be right.
He's got it hanging low.
High ball, close to the boundary again. Grant is there, just making a bit of touch. We thought he might. And it's off hands. Aidan Smith made a good contest at half back for
Breen coming off.
Redlegs. He's coming off, and he's that arm is limp. He's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble too. And
what do you tell him, Dan?
Jordan Rouse comes back on.
Minutes away. I think he'll be right.
Boundary throw-in again. Big fist close to the boundary line. Kept alive by Webster. No, he was out with the footy, says the umpire. Back into play once more. 19-point lead. Coverage today thanks to Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. Been a great sponsor of us right throughout the whole football season on GameFace in the MPNFL for 2021. Interesting season again. Goddard taps it down, couldn't get a clean possession, then he gets it back. Fox in the road, his handball no good in contested situation. Matt Harris at ground level, gets a hand pass out in the up. Again now Pryor has the footy, kicks off the side of the boot, the wind took that, and Braden Elms takes the mark at half back on the outer side.
Here they
He
go.
delivers on the outer side, here they go again, they're on the burst.
Leg speed.
An opportunity now for Hammond to drive and kick inside 50. No mark taken, bringing it to ground
That
though
is
nicely was Max
holding the
Morney.
ball.
He did well then, but then his teammates taken down on a tackle,
Tackle
and
by
a free
Drakey.
kick will go the way of Drake.
Good tackle from Drakey there, and it was a good contest on the hit up as well.
Between him and Max Morney. He's a good player, Drake. He's been very solid all year.
Yep.
At centre half back for the Bombers. Kicks it long towards the outer side of the ground. Almost a good mark out there to Buchan. But again, they've got the numbers. It's one at ground level by Nelms. Tapped down over the top towards
they're on
Booth.
here.
Gets it now in the direction of Price. Price throws it on the boot. Kicks to
Oh,
half forward.
no.
Oh, Mark Logan didn't take the footy with him. 10 it did. Feeds a hand pass over the top. And that is money for Jam. Joe the Goose goal in the goal square for the Mount Eliza team. And a comfortable goal as poor old Mark Logan lifted behind, and Aidan Smith kicks his second.
Yep. It wasn't. He had to attack the ball, Mark Slogan, on that occasion, but just got the bad bounce. But they were outnumbered 2-1.
Yep.
Deep in their forward line. But
Young Lockie Hodder comes on, 6:11:47 to 2:10:22. 7 minutes gone in the third quarter, and our interchanges today, thanks to Thirsty Camel Bottle Shop. Got to give all our sponsors a run, boys. Thrown up in the middle, 25-point lead, 2-1 in this quarter. It's getting out of hand now for the Bombers. For the second time this year against Mount Eliza. Up goes Pryor, wins it down. Sutton tries to control it. Had an opponent right on his hammer attack in Burton. It's turned over again. Long hand pass comes out from Zach Rouse towards the wing on the outer side. And his teammate could not see that. And in the end, he's held up in a tackle. He was lucky because he slipped over.
I think
In the words of Chris Norman and Susie Quattro, he was stumbling in. Young Kelly tapped down again, one of the great songs. Missed by Zach Rouse. Loose ball on the wing on the outer side. Now it's taken by Kelly. Kelly, a high ball off the side of the boot. Didn't really go the required distance. Mark missed by Gill of the Redlegs. Now it comes down, taken in a tackle and brought to ground. The umpire says, give it to me. That was Booth, who was thrown to ground in a pretty strong tackle placed on him by Sutton of the Bombers. And again, it's on the wing on the outer side. Slightly attacking side for Frankston. Again, trying to get the footy is Burton. Loose ball comes out once more. Hurried kick from Kelly. Didn't go very far. Comes to the outside now. Good contest. Fox throws an opponent down. Loose ball. Squeezes to Newton. He's been quiet. High left footer for the Bombers. Inside 50. No mark taken. Follows Newton again. He slips the tackle. Feeds a hand pass over the top to Harnett. Harnett goes for a shot at goal and he misses. He could have maybe squared it up a bit more or straightened up to make it a bit easier for him and run closer to goal. But not having a good day. 2:11:23, 6:11:47.
Beatty bring back on.
4-goal lead. Grove Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Big kick towards the wing. And a good mark taken by Rouse in front of Goddard. He's got a loose man here. If he can get to him, Smith. Mark dropped by Amalfi. That was poor play. Breen wins it at ground level despite having a bad shoulder. Got it to Webster. He's unsure what to do, but he slips the tackle. Gets it back to Breen. Swivels out of a great tackle. Back to Webster. 45 metres out. Capital for the goal. It doesn't matter. It could be a mark to Max Morney. It's not. It's off hands behind. Good contest again.
That was a mark.
Opposed to Mark Logan, who plays on quickly. Margin out to 25 points. He kicks to the wing on the outer side. Bedford at half back. He runs away now from Kelly. Does well. Kicks it low and flat. Delivery not great. May have turned it over though. And an easy mark to McGannon, who's been his usual solid self at half back for the Redlegs. He's in short with a foot pass. And they can get going again through Nelms. He delivers over the top to
20
Breen.
metres of space.
He is unbelievable
chasing
despite
him.
having that stinger in the shoulder. Has a bounce.
Hot
has
spot.
plenty of time to set it up. Kick long to fall forward. No mark taken. Off hands. Handball comes out from Newton. Going the wrong way. Drake tried to soccer it off the ground. Dangerous 10 metres out from the goal. They're defending. Now it's picked up. Shot at goal by Hammond. They couldn't clear it, the Bombers. So Mount Eliza take full toll, keep it inside their attacking 50 and increase their advantage to the biggest lead of the day on the Grace Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Wonderful goal by Hammond. 4th goal of the season. 7-12-54 to 2-11-23.
Well, they're happy Hammond there. Just showed his skills there and composure and just spun it over in the corner there, Hulks, and just bang, said thanks very much.
The last 2 or 3 minutes, seriously, that sums up the game. This contest out here by Malfi when he dropped the mark, they had blokes around and they only had 2 players, Mount Eliza. It was young Webster and it was Breen. And they were just waltzing around him. There was no defensive pressure at all and they'd be allowed to get it forward. They're just not quick enough.
Here's Fox, breaking tackles, handballs to Harnett. Harnett has an open goal to kick from, and again he misses.
Kicked that 70 metres.
He did, because the breeze is so big, but they're just missing everything. 2-12.
To 7-12.
Yeah, it's incredible. Kick back into play by Anthony, loose ball, handballing on the up. Didn't find the target from Gill, but free kick again for over the shoulder. So they got the ball at half back, the Redlegs, dominating this contest, been far too good. High ball towards the wing.
Good
Getting
mark.
up is Herituku, not paid. Slips out of bounds before Price could grab it for the Redlegs. Boundary throw in. Hammond after kicking the goal, coming off for a rest.
Just hasn't plucked him, Herituku.
Normally he goes bang, bang and gets them and he's really good.
They just need to run the Bombers. I don't know why.
No, they can't.
Yet the Redlegs are actually
tackling.
They've come back full of running.
Breen again.
Well, Kingsbury tried to get away. He was held on for dear life. I reckon there was Pryor there.
Breen shoulder
as he won the clearance. He's doing a good job though, Breen. Tapped down Herituku, opposed to Goddard.
High.
Kingsbury was taken high as he tried to swivel out of a Goddard tackle, and he'll get the free kick on the wing for the Bombers. He was off his mark momentarily, wasn't he, Paul?
There's not one Frankston Bomber hitting up at that contest.
That is a terrible kick to centre half forward. It's all easy mark again taken by Simmons, who's been pretty solid. Takes the mark for the Redlegs on the left.
Unbelievable.
Kicks it to the outer side of the ground. Handball misses the target. Bedford's there. Feeds it back to Greeley, who's been quiet today. Gets it back now in the direction of Seth Harris. Seth Harris stand start kick. Off hands again. Big kick to the goal square. It was a good kick. And eventually the defenders get involved through Will Anthony, another behind.
The Bombers bench should be absolutely sending that runner out and screaming. There's 8 guys that were 40 metres away, didn't even move and just put their hand up to kick it down the line to them.
They're not leading up, are they?
They're not giving a rat's toss bag about hitting up.
Special comments from Truman, thanks to Chris Holcomb. Back into play. High ball towards the wing. No one can take the mark. Price was there, dropped off his hands. Quick kick from Sam Mornay off the edge of the boot. Wobbly ball to the wing for the Redlegs. Loose ball to be won by Fox. Gets a hand pass inside looking for Amelfi. Amelfi waits for the ball to bounce, then he taps it out again. Now they can charge their way through. Through young Wood. Wood does well and he finds Grant. He got on his bike and the kick might have been slightly affected. I thought he might have been tagged, but it still found the target. Whether it was meant to, I don't know. But Jared Grant read the flight nicely.
But he took the mark there, Dan, and he just said, no, I'm going to go back and try and kick it. Don't you look around? They teach you to turn around and look for the option, another option there.
They do.
But he said, no, I'm going to try and have a shot for this.
Centre half forward, 55 metres out. They need to kick a goal here, and they don't. Another behind.
That's 70 as well.
He has 2-14-26 to 7-12-54. Go around the grounds.
Thank you very
Thanks
much,
to
Dan.
O'Brien Real Estate. Paul.
We got 12.4933, Mornington 12.375 to Pearsdale 8.755, Chelsea 8.654, Hastings 5.933, Langwarren 7.1658 to Devon Meadows 3.422, Karingal 14.791
Look at this.
to Tyab 2.416, and the big game Seaford and Somerville. Seaford.
This could go through for a goal. Sorry, Paul, come back to it. Drake is there to knock it through. No, I thought Drake knocked it through from behind. He wasn't able to do it, and Tennant was able to soccer it through. Breen was involved. Nelms was involved, all in front of our commentary position. Kelly as well. The good young players of this side using the footy brilliantly, and really Drake should have made more of that. He couldn't. I think he thought he might have been penalised for a free kick or in his endeavours to rush it through, and he allowed Shane Tennant to kick a goal off the ground. So it's 8-12-60 to 2-14-26 at the 15-minute mark of the third quarter on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Sorry, Paul.
And that last game there, Stephen Somerville there, thanks Dan, 9-7-61 Seaford to Somerville 6-4-40. That's Division 2. Thank you very much, Tommy.
So back in the middle. So again, poor play. They just not on their game today, the Bombers. Defensive hand pass from Burton. Finds Nelms. Player was offloaded down the ground in Nelms. And it'll go back. It was advantage too. They're off to the races. Yeah. It's been pretty good today, Nelms.
Won't matter. They'll still find something loose in front of the ball.
They will.
Here we go.
34-point lead. Kicks long to half forward.
Meters.
Great kick.
No one near him.
No one near him because they don't want to.
Rouse takes the mark. He delivers towards the big fellow in Tennant. Fisted from behind by Drake. At the drop, collected by Newton. Kicks to the wing on the outer side. Mark taken by Kingsbury. In short now to Grant. Grant getting a few more touches, but needs to do more. And now he's got to play loose. It's a kick that won't find the target of Chase Harris. Great fist from Booth. Made it a 50-50 ball. Webster heard the voice of Hammond. Got the hand pass out now to young Hodder. Hodder will get the hand pass wide now towards Kelly. Kelly's dancing under some pressure. Has to go back while being confronted. Finds Webster, who stabs it past now in the direction of 10. Involved was Chase Harris, and young Wood marks at half back. Wood for the Bombers, delivers down the ground. Good mark now in the direction of Bedford. Finds Grant on the end of it. Goal. Grant will kick long again, and that's better. Much, much better. Jared Grant getting on the end of it, kicking it long and straight from 55, and they finally kick their third goal, the Bombers, but you think it's going to be too late. 3-14-32 to 8-12-60, Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, and we are 17 minutes in the third quarter. We will check the First Division scores thanks to O'Brien Real Estate and the return to the MPNFL with Paul Wilson. Paul.
Rosebud 6-3-39 to Sereno 2-2-14.
Gee.
Dramana 7-11-53 to Red Hill 4-7-31.
Shouldn't help.
Bomb Beach 9-15-69 to EDS 5-4-34. Frankston YCW there 10-6-66 to Pines 3-3-21. And Mount Eliza game here, as we know, it's 6-12-60 to.
Here's Burton out of the middle, has two bounces. He breaks the tackle, and then he kicks in short. He may have been tagged late. Good. Drake will take it on the half volley. Does well for the Bombers and holds firm and finds Hiratuku at half back. He'll kick it over the top now to Sutton. They've got to go here. A bit more urgency about the Bombers' play. In short to Pickus, back edge of the centre square. Pickus straight down the guts to Grant, who's having a pretty good quarter. Grant in the middle of the ground, kicks it long, inside 50, looking for someone to mark. No mark taken. Fox is there at the back trying to clear it, but not able to clear it was Anthony, and it goes out of bounds in the outer back pocket for Mount Eliza.
So Fox has one out there down there, Hobbs.
Yeah, against two taller men as well.
They've gone smaller. They're using Hiratuku and Pryor off the bench now as opposed to running them forward because Mount Eliza were taking the ball out too easy, so they're trying to go a bit smaller, I think.
32-60 into time on the third quarter. Boundary throw in. Tap to the front. On the Frankston Jeep time clock.
Oh, throw.
There's a throw, is there? Which way is it going? Is it going to Bedford? He's tried pretty hard on that wing on the outer side. He'll get the hand pass off to Grant again. Grant will kick it long. Oh, that is amazing. That's goal of the day. Hard on the boundary off one step. Loose marking. Probably the first defensive error that the Redlegs have made all day. Jared Grant right next door to Bedford. Just hanging around thinking, oh, well, I might get a kick here. You didn't think he'd kick it, but obviously that breeze is so strong, Chris.
He just put it up in the breeze.
Magnificent goal.
Just put it up and let the breeze do the rest. That's what all it is, and that's why they need to be close at three-quarter time because it's hard to kick goals into that teeth of that breeze up the other end.
He's starting to have an impact, isn't he?
They look a little bit better there, but yeah, the ball movement's a little bit better. They're starting to get a few hit-ups through, but geez, they're still a long way back.
8-12-60 to 4-14-38. Pryor wins it down. Sutton the stoppage out towards Harnett. Met late, but still gets boot to ball. And on the end of it is Mark Logan who's gone forward. And I remember he went forward in a game and kicked 3, I think, against Rosebud, and they were 5 goals down, having a shocker. Similar sort of score line. Most of his footy at half-back and was the 2019 full-back in the First Division Team of the Year, but on that occasion, he's kicked it like a backman at Slew's left for a behind. 4:15.39 to 8:12.60, Growth Syndicate's Australia scoreboard. Margin 21 points into time on third quarter.
Rouse for Rouse there, interchange.
Yeah.
Which one?
No idea.
No idea.
Booth back into play. It's 30 for 29, so Jordan for Zach, who may get the footy here, and he goes out of bounds at half-back.
Was Zach for Jordan or Jordan for Zach?
Zach came on for Jordan.
Well, Jordan goes off for Zach.
Oh, okay.
So you can look at it both ways,
Thanks,
couldn't
mate. Yeah.
you? Boundary throw-in at half-forward. You're a shocker, Chris. Looking forward to the footy show again this week, even though I've had a month where you haven't annoyed me.
Oh,
Here's Harris with a hand pass now to Harnett.
got plenty
Harnett
in the
will
tank.
drive it long. Back inside 50. Bit of a chaos ball, looking for someone to mark. Almost taken, not quite. Spills out the back. Ball still to be won by Bedford, who's been okay on the wing on the outer side. Feeds a hand pass to Grant. Grant gets the hand pass out again. High kick inside 50. No mark taken. The defensive Mount Eliza resolute. Good play on this occasion to clear it is Price. He finds the big fella in Goddard. Then he gets it to Zach Rouse. Good tackle from behind. Forced the error, but Mount Eliza have the numbers as Bailey Breen trying to get a hand pass out, but it's parried over the boundary by Page. And the intent is well up on the Bombers. Their tackling is good, especially their forward pressure.
I reckon Harry Pryor heard us on here because since he's gone out, his intent is just raised to a new level.
It's lifted a bit. The
big H train.
Yeah,
8:12.60, 4:15.39. Another one before three-quarter time would be handy. 22 gone third quarter. Tap down. Holland tried to take it. Went without it. I thought Sutton was taken without the foot. He must get the free kick. Just as Greeley was foraging around for that footy. In fact, he'll take the free kick for the Bombers. No, he won't. Sutton will. Left half forward, Sutton will play on. And he'll swing it into the pocket. Jared Grant, yes, takes the mark. Had a metre on his opponent.
Holks' dead quarter.
The dead corner.
If anyone can kick it, he can.
Oh, what about Tony Lockett? Can he kick it?
He could.
Not today.
Oh, not today, obviously. Unless he's walking his dog over the back there.
Yeah, correct.
With the rest of the people.
Yeah, one of his many greyhounds he's got. Hard on the boundaries. Kick two. He missed the easy one in the second quarter. This for his third goal for the quarter.
Oh, he set it
Jared
up. He's let the
Grant
breeze
has
do
set
the
it
rest.
up, and that is a magnificent goal.
He's let the breeze do
Jared
that.
Grant is putting on a clinic. Spindle Shanks, you're on fire. 5:15.45. 3 goals this quarter. 8:12.60. And as I say, he was running into an open goal and he grubbed it along the ground in the second quarter, which could cost his team dearly, but they're making a good comeback here. 23 gone. In the third quarter, we might have a grandstand finish on GameFace. It's a 15-point lead only now for Mount Eliza on the Growth Syndicate's Australia scoreboard. At one stage, the lead in this quarter was 34.
Their intensity's changed. Was that the big H train setting the scene in the middle of the ground, was it?
He's done it again.
There he is.
Wins it down. Greeley getting involved. Taps it out. Ball to be won. Burton, front edge centre square. Socket off the ground by Goddard of the Redlegs towards half forward. Overrun by young Hodder. Comes out now again to Bedford, who's been good. And he delivers it to the wing on the outer side. Taken by Sutton. Kicks inside 50. Good play by Wood at ground level. Recovers well. The 16-year-old shakes the tackle. Kicks long to full forward. Bouncing ball at the back. It's kept alive again. Goes close to the line. Buchan did well. But unfortunately, Mount Eliza are able to shove it away from the danger zone and out of bounds at half back.
Well, there's a few nervous Mount Eliza fans there.
Everyone went,
AFL, it was deliberate every day of the week.
Yeah.
Will Anthony doing a good job then, one of the big defenders for the home team, who lead by 15 points. The lead cut from 34 about 10 minutes ago. Herituku wins it down. Harnett winning another stoppage. Gets the hand pass out to Newton. Now to Fox. Back inside 50. Bouncing ball at the drop. Good hand pass comes out again. Now they can clear out of defence. Long hand pass Simmons for the Redlegs on the wing on the outer side. High kick comes from Kelly. Not a great kick. Getting up high Pickett's in the road. Wins it at ground level. Knocks towards the boundary when he couldn't quite get a proper possession. Keeps at it close to the line. Opposed to Simmons. Good contest. Simmons made valuable ground for Mount Eliza around the wing on the outer side.
Even if they had got that ball forward, then it was 5-on-2 to Frankston Bombers in their forward line because Mount Eliza pushed Tennant into the hole just to stop the momentum at the moment. So they're playing one or two back through.
25 minutes gone. 15-point lead for Mount Eliza. Again, they continue to win the stoppages through Harnett. The Bombers kicks inside 50. Herituku crashes the pack. Spills to the back, though, to Anthony. Anthony gets a little hand pass close to the boundary, and he finds what he's looking for. You too.
You too.
Back into play.
I still haven't found it.
Haven't you?
No.
One of the great songs.
Still haven't found it. Neither has you too.
Saw on YouTube one of the songs that they did with
So
Mick Jagger
poor.
and Fergie. Gee, it was good.
So poor you
Boundary
two.
throw in a bit shallow,
Oh,
but it's
look
won
at
by
that.
Herituku. Herituku, the banana, misses to the left-hand
16
side.
points.
5-16, 46 to 8, 12, 60. They now had more scoring shots, and they've dominated the last 10 minutes with the Gale. So says Chris Holcomb at the City or Mount Eliza end of the ground. So it's 14 points. Simmons back into play. Lowered the eyes! Intercepted by Grant. He lowered the eyes. He was unsure what to do. He's looking to go the outer side. He elected to go straight down the guts. And Jared Grant, who's got the footy on a string, has intercepted 35 out directly in front. He's the man, single-handedly, that has dragged the Bombers back into this contest, looking for his fourth in the quarter.
He looked like an unmade bed in the first half.
He did. He he's absolutely shanked it.
The spindle shanks.
That's what we get from the great Jared Grant. That's why we love him in the competition.
The best snap hook I've seen for a long, long time.
Yeah, and he's absolutely kicked that like a bag of wheat in the sun.
If there's another set of...
I reckon that ball was as flat as a Night Carter's hat the way he
Probably the
kicked
wind
that.
took it off his,
Yeah,
his drop.
absolutely. Oh, that's an opportunity lost. 15-point lead. Big kick towards half forward. They're keeping it inside 50. Grant wins it at ground level. Handballs it out now. Getting his hands free was Kingsbury. Ball still in the forward pocket. Good tackling by Mount Eliza.
Shot.
No, it's not good tackling.
No, it's high.
High, and Harris is hard on the boundary. Matt Harris will take that free kick. They just keep that ball inside attacking 50. They've been magnificent in the last 15 minutes.
I reckon that's a snap opportunity.
Let's see if he can open it up, or will he kick the drop punt? He's going to kick the drop punt. Oh, it's not a bad effort, but it goes across the face.
Not a bad effort.
And in the end, Tennant fists it through for another behind, and they can
mate.
breathe a sigh of relief.
He's 15 metres out.
5-17-47 to 8-12-60. So into play goes Simmons, and he finds Nelms, who marks at half-back. Nelms now, they're just under pressure a bit. He hooks around the body.
Fancy feet.
Comes off. Okay now to Sam Mornay. Mornay, in front of the commentary position. Kicks to the wing. Big Harry is up and takes one of the marks of the day just behind the wing. Harry Pryor's got players in the middle of the ground. And I've been very impressed with Bedford. He's been one of his team's best today for mine. He'll deliver wide. It's not a great kick, but it should come off at half-back. It does to Harris, who feeds over the top now to Fox. He's had a lot of it. Kicks straight down the guts. Good attempt to mark. That should nearly be a mark. And it's been paid.
Play on.
To Harris. Back to Seth Harris. That was Matt Harris to Seth Harris. And Herituku takes a strong mark.
That'd be his first grab of the day, wouldn't it?
I think it is. Been very quiet.
He's left half forward now.
Gone forward.
Or right half forward. Right side for a left footer, if you understand what I mean. On about a 25 to 30 degree angle. Margin 13 points at the 28-minute mark.
He could kick this onto the back oval here.
He could. Herituku, 45 out. On the left, kicks through the 40, and he has kicked the goal. Another big goal for the Bombers.
What's happened?
They're coming home.
What's happened?
But the siren's about to sound, and they've been outstanding.
What happened?
6-17-53 to 8-12-60. Jared Grant missed a sitter in the second quarter and this quarter, but kicked three magnificent goals.
Should have kicked four.
And Herituku has also chimed in with an important goal as well on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. They were one goal.
10 minutes ago, it's 34 points up now.
Yep.
Eliza.
I'll tell you what happened. The H train started and they go, jump on my back, boys, and I'm going to take you.
And he's doing a very good job in the ruck.
Mate, he's just a competitor. And everyone's had a look at him going, we've got to follow this bloke.
7-point lead, close to three-quarter time.
Yeah.
Steve Bradley and Mount Eliza need the sign, but they're winning all the stoppages and the clearances now, although on that occasion it was won by Hammond. Kicks to half forward for Mount Eliza. Overrunning it was Hodder. Good play, Pickus on the up by hand to Drake. A hand pass to the veteran Page. Kicks now to Bedford, who has been on his own and has had a lot of the footy on that outer wing. One of his team's best today. Could be a candidate for our best on ground. He's got the footy at half back. Bedford kicks it high towards half forward. Big pack forming. Fisted at the back. It's taken again. magnificently by the Bombers, but the hand pass misses the target.
Harnett.
Now there's a high kick from Harnett. He kicks towards the forward pocket, looking for someone to keep it alive. No one there for the Bombers. It's whacked close to the boundary line. So it's a stoppage, which I don't think the Bombers would be too disappointed about. 8-12-60 to 6-17-43. As the boys have said, 34 points was the lead, approaching halfway mark of this quarter. And since then, the Bombers have completely dominated at the Mount Eliza end, kicking 4-3 to nothing. Tap down again. This time they win a stoppage. The Redlegs, a rare one for this quarter, but a good tackle laid by Bedford. It's jarred free. Falls to Fox. Magnificent effort. He's kicked a great goal, falling to ground off balance. What a goal by Fox, and the margin all of a sudden is 1 point.
Who would have thunk it?
Oh, amazing. It came out to him.
Who would have thunk it?
He threw it on the boot, off balance, about to lose his balance. And I'll use that song again, Paul. He was stumbling in, and he kicked a magnificent goal, 7-17-59. Mount Eliza, 8-12-60, 31 gone in the third quarter. And it's been an amazing comeback from the Bombers, who were awful for 2.5 quarters.
Well, they've used the breeze really well this quarter, so we knew they had to get close because they're kicking into that stiff breeze in the last quarter. So
Yes.
there's
the siren.
Couldn't
What
come
a
better.
quarter. What
Couldn't
a
come
comeback.
better. Couldn't
Well,
come better.
I'm telling you right now, they were flat as a tack. Their heads were down. They were not interested in tackling or chasing or defending at all. And I'm telling you, I'll put it down to Harry Pryor in that middle, jumping into the contest and having a real crack. And it's ignited a couple of around him.
Well, they were brilliant that quarter. I mean, they dominated from the halfway mark of the turn. They started winning the stoppages. Harnett's having a huge influence. Fox has had a very good day. I know his disposal hasn't been great. He's had a lot of it.
Yes, he
so
has
probably
indeed.
his best game for the season.
Yep.
And the Mount Eliza guys, I think Breen's injury has affected them a bit. They're not winning as much as the ball as they were, and their defence is under more pressure because there seems to be some separation. And we know what Jared Grant can do.
Wow.
He does the difficult very, very easily, and he makes the easy look very, very hard.
He's one of the most frustrating footballers going around, but you can see what he does. That second quarter when he dribbled that through and had no intensity whatsoever.
Very casual,
Now he's leaping for everything down this end. He's put 3 through. Should have been 4 in a quarter to put him back into it. And look, Hiratuka getting another mark and a goal late is another handy thing. Because
Fox's great goal
He couldn't
too.
get his hand on the ball,
No.
Hiratuka. So signs are there, but the only thing that I'm worried about, obviously Mount Eliza have got those kids and they've got the leg speed for this last quarter. So that's the thing that Frankston, have they chucked all their petrol tickets into that last 15 minutes?
Yeah, you're right.
They lead by a point, 8-12-60. It was 34 points at one stage, Mount Eliza. 7-17-59, the Bombers. Just before we take a break, thanks to O'Brien Real Estate. Paul, let's go around the grounds and we'll look at First Division at first, if we can, please.
Okay, first division got Rosebud 7-4-46 to Sorrento 5-4-34, so Sorrento have come back there. Dramana 7-12-54, Red Hill 4-8-32. Bomb Beach comfortably at this stage 12-18-90 to EDS 5-4-34. Frankston YCW 10-8-68 to Pines 5-3-33, and Mount Eliza 8-12-60 leading by a point there. You go to Division 2 just quickly on your GameFace app. We've all got that, which is good. And here we go. So we have Rye 6-14-50, Crib Point 6-11-47. Close one there, so 3 points of diff there. Crib Point
That'd be
coming back.
really disappointing for Rye, but a great result for Crib Point in the comp if they were to get over the line there.
Exactly. Mornington 21-4. 130.
21-4.
21-4.
I wonder how many of the big fellas kicked. He's having a huge season,
Yeah,
Jackson
I reckon
called.
Jacko probably had a few down there.
They got Cameron back in the team as well, as Chris said earlier.
10-7-67. Chelsea 9-10-64 to Hastings. 7-10-52. Another close one
Big
there.
game, that.
Langwarren 11-18-84. Devon Meadows 3-4-22. Disappointing, that one. Karingal 15-8-98 to Tyapur 6-30, and the other game was close at half time. Was Seaford kicked away here now 12-8-80 to Somerville 6-6-42.
Paul Fermanis did not return despite the month off.
No.
Obviously, those hammies are causing him immense concern at the moment. I thought he might have come back after having a month off like everyone else, but he's not back at the moment. So they need him, but look, I still think they're good enough if they get all their players back. But it's been the issue for Summy all year.
Well,
so
and they said he might be back. and then rest him again, and it's still not right.
So three-quarter time here. It's been a big comeback in the last 15 minutes by the Frankston Bombers, and they've turned a 34-point deficit halfway mark of the quarter. They trail by 1 point now, 8-12-60 to 7-17-59. Jared Grant kicked 3 goals in that quarter. And our major sponsor today, of course, is the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. And that, of course, the score at the moment is on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Back on.
For any real estate advice, feel free to drop into 188 Main Street, Mornington, or call us on 5975 7733, or feel free to contact any of our 25 plus O'Brien offices Victoria-wide.
Do you want your business to grow and be recognised within community sport? Would you like to expand your business reach and branding across metropolitan Melbourne and the Mornington Peninsula? With an average reach of 50,000 people weekly across our social media accounts, an average of 100,000 monthly impressions on our digital record app, GameFace can help promote and feature your business across all of our channels. Keep in the loop with existing customers and reach out with new ones via our social media content. Here, we can place your branding on graphic design content, action photography, player interviews, even witness your branding appearing on live stream broadcasts. We can also create and curate advertisements for your business to host on your social media channels as well as ours. You can be featured in EDM newsletters, have space featured on our record app, on website, and much, much more. Our packaging tiers are affordable enough to help your business experience the GameFace touch. So get in contact with us to see how we can help you. Get your GameFace on.
Hi everyone, it's Tim from Growth Syndicates Australia, and we're financial transformation specialists. Our clients are eliminating their mortgage in a much shorter period of time, creating more wealth and boosting their super. This is all done without impacting their lifestyle. Sounds amazing? Well, let me explain a little bit about the GSA Advantage. With clients all around Australia and a head office located in Elsternwick, our team of very experienced professionals enable unique and exclusive property investment opportunities through wholesale investing for clients to achieve specific outcomes. Our current projects are located in Brighton, Malvern East, Kew, Glen Iris and Mont Albert North. Everyone's busy and that's a fact. But did you know for every day you have a mortgage and underperforming investments or superannuation, you're missing out on $350 every day. It all
Last quarter underway. We'll have to get our best on ground for HP and CP Electrical, and Breen might be one of those. He wins it out of the middle. His team 1 point up, overrunning at Sutton. Taken by Nelms now. Feeds a hand pass out. Puts his teammate under the pump. Kelly has been excellent. He fumbled it, but then he got boot to ball. Bouncing ball inside 50. Attacking it hard as Webster. Lost it and then regained it. Swings a high ball. It might have the carry. It's got the carry. Great goal.
Breeze
it just kept going. The Breeze took it. It's gone through. What a start by the Redlegs in the opening minutes.
No, it's been
touched. Was it touched? It's touched. Didn't think it had been touched. Don't think it's a goal. They can't believe it, the Redlegs. 8-13, 61 to 7, 17-59. Fox another lazy kick. Luckily Garrett's there to pick it up. Hurry little boot towards Buchan. Had it knocked from behind by Colvin, who's been solid. Feeds a hand pass out now. Quick kick came from Mornay. That was Sam Mornay. Got the hand pass on the outside now to Hammond. Hammond kicks to half forward and 10. It takes a big mark. He's gone forward. His team is 2 points up. He's centering ball to centre half forward. Doesn't come off, and a comfortable mark taken by young Harris. That's Chase Harris. Seth's his younger brother, who's 17. Chase is 19. Finds Pryor on the wing on the outer side for the Bombers. Wobbly, finger-breaking ball, not a good one. In the road, Anthony runs away from Hiratuku, kicks it high to half forward and finds a target, and the mark is taken by Kelly. He's been brilliant, Kelly.
That wasn't a good kick from Pryor.
No,
as good
it
as he's been. To Hiratuku 40 metres down the line, you don't put it at his feet, you get it up in the air, don't you, Dan?
He must be a candidate for the HPNCP best on ground today, young Kelly. One of the many young players in this Mount Eliza side. He's at right half forward. And after the Bombers dominated, kicking the last 5 goals of the term, this for their first goal since the 10-minute mark of the third term. Kelly's kick doesn't quite make the distance. Towards full forward. Off hands. Cleared out of defence by Page. Good play, but it might come straight back. Nelms is there at half forward. And on the left, he drives it long to the 10th of goal. And there's a big mark taken right on the goal line. Beautiful kick by Nelms. And that mark is taken by Max Mornay.
Good mark.
Who's competed hard all day. He has an opportunity here, point blank range, to give his team a buffer. It's now 7 points. 9-12, 66 to 7, 17, 59. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
That was a great grab then, one-on-one contest. Plucked it straight out. But it was a good kick too. Put it to his advantage right on top of the golf square.
Might be a candidate for the O'Brien's Real Estate mark of the day as well. Jared Grant kicked a couple of magnificent goals on the run in the third quarter, and he'd be a chance to win the Anytime Fitness goal of the day. So it's a 7-point lead. Max Mornay playing as the second ruck and also forward. Supporting Goddard. Pryor goes up. Goes to ground awkwardly as he wins it down. Good contest. Attacking side of the centre square. Tackle laid by Marks Logan, who's playing forward now for the Bombers. Knocked down again by Pryor. Goes after it once more. Tries to wrench it away from his opponent. Does pretty well to jar it out to Greeley. Greeley throws it on the boot for Frankston. Kicks the half forward. Muster makes a good contest. At ground level, won by Booth. Feeds the hand pass out. Nice kick. Finds the target. And it's taken by Nelms, has been good. Gets the hand pass out to Kelly, who's been outstanding. Kicks down the line, looking for a target. But a lovely fist from the side by the veteran Page, as it was intended for one of the twins who wasn't able to take the mark, and on that occasion trying to take the mark and he couldn't do it was Zach Rouse. Throw in, loose ball at half forward again, just increasing their intensity a bit, throwing it on the boot once more is Hammond. Bouncing ball, awkward ball, well inside attacking 50, but they'll clear it out of defence again through Garrett. Does well, wasn't the greatest kick in the world. It's a 50-50 one-on-one contest. Slips out the back now to Bedford, who's been very, very good on that outer wing, but his kick is no good, just threw it on the boot. Anthony's in the way, he takes on an opponent in Bedford, and he may have got him high, he fended him off comfortably, and then he kicks it very, very high indeed. And up goes Hammond. Takes an outstanding mark, Happy Hammond marking it right half forward. Kicked it higher than, he kicked it in length, but it finds the target at right half forward.
That's 2 in a row that the Frankston Bombers defenders have let the Mount Eliza Fords take that pluck mark.
Yep. And again, a candidate for our mark of the day, thanks to HPNCP Electrical.
You've got to consolidate with these boys here.
Yeah, they do. He's been good today, Hammond. 45 out. He kicks and he goals. 2 in a row. More breathing space for the home team. 10-13, 73. And the Bombers, maybe that siren came at the wrong time for them because they were coming. 7-17, 59. What have they got left? Margin out to 14 points. Good. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Our coverage today proudly brought to you by the Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South.
We said all day it's going to be hard to score into the breeze in that last quarter, Dan, so it's no real surprise.
Hasn't been
to
too
me.
many goals kicked down
No,
at the
it's all been down that
Muradoc
end.
Highway end, boys.
I think if I was Bombers, I'd try and do something with Corey Buck, and he's been very, very quiet up forward, and I think he's put him behind the ball for a bit and add another little speed demon into that forward line for him. Good, Pryor again out of the ruck.
Out of the middle.
Yeah,
And he
take it,
wins
Mark.
it on his own, inside 50, looking to take
Spindles.
the mark bucket. Grant picks it up, snaps, goals! Great goal by Grant. He attacked it hard, kicks around the corner, and that might be our goal of the day
It definitely
for
is.
any time fitness. How hard did he attack that? And when he has clean hands like that, we know there is immense talent. You're not drafted inside the top 10 if you don't have talent like that, and he just made that look simple. He's made, as I said, he's made the easy ones look hard, and the hard ones look easy today.
Just a little scoop here quickly from Carts. Jack Sullivan from Bondi Beach, hit behind play, stopped play for 10 minutes, 2 ambos at Bondi Beach there.
That doesn't sound good.
So
It's
they've
not good
stopped
to hear.
play to get the ambos there. So not good at all there.
Hit
Bondi
by a
Beach.
seagull behind play, or
Or an eagle.
an eagle, or an eagle.
Just a good chance it might be something else.
10-13, 73 to 8, 17, 65. An 8-point lead. And Grant has kicked 4 of them. Missed 2 as well. Tap down. Breen at the drop, at the coalface. Taken in a tackle going nowhere by Greeley. Still worried about that shoulder, but he continues to keep on keeping on. Throw up again, slightly attacking side of the centre square for the Bombers. Trail by 8 points. Pryor wins it again. Another stoppage. Grant goes in, but all coming the other way.
Courage.
Almost a really good mark taken by the opposition, and he wasn't able to hang on to the mark on that occasion. And he picks it up now in McGannon. He was coming the other way. He and Grant almost collided with each other, and now there's a turnover and a good mark taken by
50.
Chase
And
Harrison.
50.
50.
Oh.
The opponent has pushed him, and he kept going over the mark. And it's 50 metres.
It's going to be a tough kick into that
Very-
teeth of that breeze, though.
Yeah, well,
Very short 50 too, just quietly.
it is.
That is short.
More like 35.
It's 15, that particular rule. So, can he cut it to 2 points? Young Chase Harris
Oh,
kicks.
he's done it.
And he's kicked the goal with a 50-metre penalty. This game's still well and truly alive.
That was very good. 2 in a row into that breeze. Fantastic courage then by Frankston Bombers to fight back.
10-13, 73, Mount Eliza. 9-17, 71.
The Hawks' Hurricane.
The Frankston Bombers on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. And we've played some 8 minutes on the Frankston Jeep time clock in this final quarter. Plenty of time left. Margin was 1 point at 3-quarter time. 2 goals apiece so far in this last quarter. Thrilling last few minutes coming up. Poor first half, as Bo Muston said, at 3-quarter time by his team, but they were very good in the 3rd quarter. Sutton wins the clearance. Handballs it now to Fox. Kicks through traffic inside 50. Bouncing ball for Grant. Allows it to get past him. Taken in a tackle. Getting the hand pass out was Thomas, who turned it over before. Handballs to McGannon. Gets the hand pass out again towards Simmons. He turns it over. Kingsbury breaks the tackle. 40 out. Kicks it goal and just misses behind. Margin back to what it was at 3-quarter time. 9 gone in the quarter. 9-18, 72, 10-13, 73. Back into play. High ball. Big mark in front to Sutton. It'll come straight back. He'll get on with it quickly. Half distance pass to Grant, who slides in and takes the mark. Right off centre half forward. Looking for goal number 5, and that would put him in the frame. Despite his lack of intensity early days, you'd think, Chris, for being BOG.
Yeah, well, we'll see how the game folds. It's going to be a big... Oh, Harry's sore
For
coming to the
HP and CP
sidelines.
Electrical.
Although he always limps around and looks sore, Harry, but this is a massive kick.
Doesn't know where you're
It
going
is.
to go on and off.
He's going to have to need a big leg
He's
going into
been
the
better
team.
when he's kicked them on the run, hasn't he? He struggled a bit when he's had to set shots. Had that shank in the 3rd quarter. 40 metres out, he kicks. It looks good off the boot. And I think it's just snuck in. As it snuck in, it has.
Yep.
He's put the Bombers in front.
Wants to come off.
Don't come off now, Spindle. Stay
No,
out there.
sit
Stay
down.
out there, son.
Spindle,
Stay out
stay
there.
down. He looks and smiles at us. The 10-13-73. What did he say?
What to say? What to say for you guys?
Oh, Jesus.
He's kicked 5. He's been magnificent, and he just snuck that in. I mean, when he turns it on, you know why he played league footy, Paul, don't you?
He's a freak. He's an absolute
When he turns
freak.
it on.
Yeah, when he gets going, he's one of the best.
They lead by 5 points. Big few minutes now for Mount Eliza. Another stoppage one as the tap from Goddard found Fox. He kicks to half forward. Matt Harris puts the body on the line. Turned into a tackle, held up. The umpire says going nowhere. Well claimed by Will Anthony of Mount Eliza. It'll be thrown up. 5-point lead now to the Bombers.
40 points.
Tap down. They've kicked 8 of the last 10 goals. There's going to be I thought it was a free kick. The umpire blew the whistle early. I thought that Bombers player had come in and given away a free kick. Thrown up. Front edge centre square. Breen off again. Still worried about that shoulder. Trying to get a hurry kick was Burton. Kicking through traffic again, Kingsbury, but coming the other way. The mark taken. He elects to play on Simmons. Did he think it was touched? He didn't need to play on because the ball had gone the required distance. He then got taken in a tackle, forcing a poor hand pass over the boundary in front of the social club rooms.
This is where their lack of sort of leadership and that stuff, Mount Eliza, not having a lot of experienced players, might come and bite them.
Pryor wins it down. Good play to try and knock it out by the Bombers. Matt Harris is there, squeezes into traffic, slips now to Sutton. Spiral punts it long. No mark taken by Buchan. Ball's at the drop. Handball comes out again. Good play to get the hand pass out. Young Seth Harris. Grant is there. He's hanging around. Picked up now by Buchan. Buchan a high ball. Number of players camped underneath it. Kingsbury nearly takes the mark in the goal square. And there's a player that goes down. He was hammered by his own teammate. You're right, Paul. Anthony was very, very clumsy as he went front on with his teammate Thomas, and it'll be thrown up 20 metres out from goal where they're defending at the Murdoch Hot. Getting another clearance, held up again, going nowhere by by Sam Mornay, and again it'll be thrown up.
Rouse off, Breen came on.
Yep. That's Zach Rouse.
Zach Rouse.
Number 29, thrown up once more. Open-handed slap
well done.
by Goddard. Clearing it now is Nelms. He breaks the tackle on the left, kicks towards the wing, over the head of Pickus. This is an important moment of the game. Tennant goes in, holds it up. With him is Drake.
Lucky there.
And does well. It could have gone over the back and maybe Mount Eliza were out. They trail by 5 points.
They almost need Shane
They led by 34. 15 minutes in the third quarter. Prior the tap. Tap down again. Missed by Booth. Loose ball. Trying to find a handle, both teams. In the middle of the ground. Really tough contest this. Sam Gill's there for the Redlegs. He can't get hold of it.
Bombers got a spare man back.
Garrett as well for the Bombers. They lead by 5 points. Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Big slap again by Goddard. Loose ball in the middle of the ground. No one getting a clean possession. It comes out now to Booth. He does well to get around a couple of tackles in the fresh air kick. Runs into trouble. He panicked a bit. Huge number of players milling around the contest as he bumped off an opponent. Thought he might have been free, the veteran Booth of Mount Eliza, but unfortunately couldn't connect with his left. Thrown up again in the middle of the ground. Good play by Henwood to get it down again. Sutton has run into an opponent and put him down. He's in some trouble too.
There's no malice in that. He's after the ball.
No, he didn't. Breen getting up again.
He's been bunked.
He's as hard as a cat's head, young Breen, as Tennant comes off for a rest. And Max Mornay comes on. So he'll kick it in short. He's got a player on his own, Simmons. On the left, in front of our commentary position. He finds Nelms, who's been a wonderful deliverer inside 50. On the left, kicks it towards full forward, looking for someone to mark. Again, the defenders get back and put it over the boundary in the dead pocket at the blustery end of the ground, which is the Mount Eliza end. 25 metres around from the goal that Mount Eliza are kicking to. And they trail now by 5 points after being up by as much as 34. 15 minutes in the third quarter. Boundary throw in. Tap down again. Loose ball. And the umpire says, give it to me, boys. There's young Tom Kelly, who's been brilliant today. One of the candidates for the HPNCP. Best on ground, getting ready to come back on for Mount Eliza. Loose ball. They try and clear it through Seth Harris. He's stumbling everywhere there at half-back. Goes in. They hold it up again for the Bombers, and he's one of those guys in there for the Red and Blacks doing a good job to ensure it goes nowhere in a hurry. Tap down again. Open-handed slap. Comes out in the direction of Breen. Kicks it quickly, back inside, attacking 50. Hurried boot comes from Max Mornay. 30 metres out from goal. Slips now to Burton. Burton does well, breaks the tackle. Kicks long! Kicks accurately! One of the goals of the day! And the home team, the Redlegs, are back in front in a ripper. 11-13-79 to 10-18-78 on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Great goal by Burton.
Thought it was going through for a point, but the breeze brought that back nicely, didn't it?
Holtz's Hurricane brought that back, but Burton, he's just so quick, so elusive, but he just does the right things there too. He just got a bit of space and brought that back with the win there from Holtz, but great little snap goal around the corner there. 1 point to death, boys. Ring-a-ding-ding.
It's what it was at three-quarter time. 3 goals apiece. Thrown up again. Winning it narrowly, Goddard. It was almost line ball. He goes back in again and gets it, going the wrong way. Gets a hurry boot to ball under pressure from Sutton. Rolling ball to half forward. Mornay's there, loses control of it. One on this occasion. Good hand pass came out from Newton, but intercepted. Back the other way. A hurried kick came on that occasion from Anthony, and he received a late one on the chops as it finds Nelms. Nelms just kicks a ripper. And a wonderful mark taken by the young fella on debut field. He led into space, just had a bit of space, and it was a beautiful kick by Nelms, who's been a very, very creative player today, whether it be on the wing or half forward for the Redlegs, and again a candidate for best on ground.
He kicked a good one from about this distance in the second quarter, I think.
Yep. He's made a good debut as Shane Tennant gets ready to come back on. Margin 1 point, 10-18-78. To 11-13-79. That's a great looking kick. Has it got the carry? It has. 2 goals by the young fellow on debut.
Great effort.
And he gives his team a handy buffer again as they did early in the quarter. They had an 8-point lead. It's now 7-12-13-85 to 10-18-78. Parry and thrust in our match of the day on GameFace at Mount Eliza for the Telstra Business Technical Centre of Melbourne South. I'll get it right eventually. And on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard, 12-13-85 Mount Eliza, and the Frankston Bombers 10-18-78.
Yeah, that's fantastic from Mount Eliza.
Buchan came back on the ground too, going up forward.
So it's 2 goals. As there was a for Young Price, as there'll be a stalemate, a secondary ball up in the centre.
Have Frankston Bombers got another yelp in them? They've spent a lot of energy to get to the situation they're at now. Foxy drives it forward.
Yeah, they do. Hurry kick from Fox towards half forward. Leading in the race again, Nelms. He's been very, very good. He runs away from a diving Newton. He's able to avoid the tackle. Has a bounce, delivers towards half forward. And the defence does a pretty good job to escort it over the line, led by Garrett, who's been a bit of an unsung hero for the Bombers today. 85 plays 78. 4 goals to 3 for Mount Eliza in this quarter. After they were headed early in this quarter, when at one stage in the third term, they led by 34 points. Boundary throw-in at half forward now for Mount Eliza again, getting a lot of balls approaching their forward 50 or inside their forward 50. We'll go around the ground shortly for O'Brien Real Estate. Thrown up again, 85 plays 78. Tapped down again. Max Mornay wins it narrowly. Loose ball. Breen can't get a clean possession. Tapped out by Sutton. Last chance. Harnett handballs now to Fox, who's been great. Fox will kick into an open forward line. Heratuku's there. With him is Anthony. Kingsbury's there as well. Now on all fours, Sam Mornay loses control of it inside. Defensive 50 for Mount Eliza. Now he picks up the footy as Anthony somehow paddle it out to him. Kicks towards the wing. Fisted down at ground level. Good play by Drake. Handball comes out. Newton gets it to Pryor. Pryor will bang it long. Heratuku's at the back. He played on! Bad mistake, he played on! And he's been held up in the goal square. Why didn't he go back and kick it?
Oh, no.
That could cost them the game.
He played on, handballed it
to young Seth Harris. Picks it up again, Heratuku, from the ruck contest in the goal square, and that's one that it could cost the team.
Why would you do that, Holtz?
Oh, mate.
Dearly.
Hey?
12-13-85 to 10-18-78. Could have been 1 point.
Jeez.
Still 7 points. Could have, should have, would have. He tries to take it again out of the ruck, trying to do it himself and kicks into bodies once more. And there's another ball up as they push it back outside the
Unbelievable.
10-metre goal square, Mount Eliza. Why didn't he go back and kick it?
Mount Eliza got 4 more around the ball
They
at the
do.
moment.
85-78. Herituku again. Wins it out. Booth gets a hand pass out. Player was shoved in the back. Throwing himself in Nelms. Greeley holds it up to keep it inside.
a
The
rugby
attacking
scrum.
25, and it'll be thrown up again. We've played 20 minutes in the last quarter on the Frankston Jeep time clock.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, should have gone back and kicked the goal. Tap down now to Nelms, who's been a good player on the outside today.
Oh!
He leaves the footy behind. Picked up by Sutton. Pivotal moment. Kicks it high now. Back inside 50. Grant's not there. Fists it down. Greeley's close to the boundary line. Can't get hold of it. Nelms does. Now he spiral punts at the ball burster, but it'll come straight back. Pryor marks on the wing. Some urgency needed now. There's 7 points in arrears. He'll bang it long. Back inside 50. Who's going to mark it? Good defence by Mount Eliza. They put it over the boundary and we draw a breath.
Oh, my God.
Great Syndicates Australia scoreboard.
Take it.
Herituku mucking up 12-13-85. 10-18-78. Mount Eliza by 7 points. They led by 1 point at three-quarter time. Lost the lead in this last quarter, but have hit back well with the last 2 goals. It's been a good performance by the Bombers to come back after a dreadful opening half where they were 1-9-15 at half-time. Handball comes out from Sam Mornay. Got the hand pass out towards Rouse. That was Zach Rouse. Didn't quite find the target. Going in Seth Harris on the bottom of the pack. He scrambles hard for the footy. Holds it up with Mornay. That's Sam Mornay. Just outside defensive 50, 60 from goal. Bo Mustin comes back on. Seth Harris off. Still disappointed he couldn't make most of that goal. Sutton a good hand pass to Harnett. Breaks a couple of tackles. Harnett kicks long to the goal square.
Free kick.
Free kick.
Grant.
Grant.
Grant will get the free kick as the ball was tumbling away towards the behind and he was in the right position. He's got a player who runs into space. Fox takes the mark. Clever play. Heady play by Jared Grant. He's got the longest pair of shorts I've ever seen in my life.
Who?
Baggy pants and the nitwits. Jared Grant. Remember the old cartoon Paul from years ago?
Yes.
Now, Foxy, you'd normally put him down from here, but he's having a shocking day with the boot.
Hang on.
Yeah.
And 50-metre penalty too.
50
Oh,
metres.
well.
A bit of yap, I think it was.
Now
By
you put him
Darren
down.
Booth.
Yeah.
But he'll kick this now.
Don't think it was Berta. I think it was
22 and a half
think it was
play.
all
The
Andy.
margin will be back to a point.
Well, there's about 4 minutes to go. I reckon this is going to be red hot.
Oh, will be.
This
He
is
kicks
gonna
the
be
goal,
red hot.
Fox. 11-18-84 to 12-13-85. We'll quickly go around the grounds for O'Brien Real Estate, Paul.
Rosebud 9-60 to Red Hill 6-10. So to Sereno 6-10-46. Dramana 7-16-58. Red Hill 7-12-54. So 4 point difference there. Bomb Beach 15-24. 1-14 to EDS 7-6-48. With an incident there with ambulance being called out. YCW 11-10-76 to Pines 5-3-33. Mount Eliza here was at 1 point ball game difference there. We'll quickly go to Division 2 if we can quickly get that up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're about to go. Come on, mate.
Just
We're about
quickly,
to go.
Right,
if
just
you can.
quickly.
It's going to be
Can.
exciting. 4 minutes.
Crib Point 57, Rye 65, Mornington 148, 83, Pearsdale, Chelsea 67, Hastings 61,
Coming
Langwarrin
home.
133, 35.
Oh, we're on.
We're on. Seaford 95, 57, back to you boys.
We'll come back to it shortly, Paul. Thank you for that good effort. Ball's in the middle. It's to be won. Who's going to get it? Sutton taking in a tackle. Tried to beat a couple of opponents and the umpire said free kick.
He's called that from the
I
forward line.
I
there.
reckon,
The
I
main
reckon he
umpire
got
was
the hand pass out.
The main umpire was 10 metres away with a perfect position,
Yep.
and a bloke's called it from 55 metres away.
Yep.
What's going on there?
Oh, the old square up, mate. There they say.
Come on.
It's been a good battle. Goddard's done most of the ruck work himself. Young Mornay's helped a bit.
He's from Mount Eliza, that umpire.
He could be. He kicks long inside, 50.
10.
Oh, almost a big mark to 10. It
He
couldn't
would've
hang
paid-
on.
should have paid
Taken
it.
a high ball by Booth. Goes up and down on the one spot in the mine
play
shaft. Here's young Kelly, who's been good today. Can't get hold of it. He's offloaded close to the boundary.
Off the ground.
Socket off
Line.
the ground for a behind.
The umpire in the Frankston Bombers forward line nearly called Tenno's mark then.
That was Hammond who produced the behind. 2 point lead now. 12-14-86.
Oh.
11-18-84.
There's 2 down in Mount Eliza's forward line as well.
Cramp, I think. Cramp.
Yeah, you got to play on with that. They're both
back
Mount
into
Eliza.
play.
Both down.
Both down with
And
Cramp.
slice their way through. Page received in the back pocket, gets it to Fox.
They can't stop
He
the game
kicks
for that.
close to the boundary, not a great kick. Newton can't get there in front of the Mount Eliza dugout. 2-point lead, it'll be thrown back into play, and Steve Brazel receives the footy.
Actually, that's a bit more serious. That looks like a knee.
Price is, I saw him just walking, he just buckled his knee.
Yeah, I reckon that's a knee.
And the other guy's coming off too, but...
that's the first gamer, is it?
That's a really serious one, I think, down there.
Oh, what's he done here? Oh,
I think it was a knee.
He
Unless they're calling for the stretcher.
Another player here has hurt himself as well.
Yeah, but you can't stop the game.
You can't stop the game, exactly. You can't stop the game.
And that's young Webster.
Webster's come off a bit
Yeah,
sore.
he's injured as well. Boundary throw in, trying to soccer it off the ground. It's Goddard. 2-point lead for Mount Eliza. Dying stages of this game. Ball's pushing half forward. Big crowd of players around it. It'll be thrown up once again. 12-14-86 to 11-18-84. The reserves was a thriller with the Bombers storming home, getting beaten by a point. Seniors the same. Tap down again, trying to burst his way through. It's got to be holding the ball against Kelly. Trying to do too much then. He's been great today, but that's a rare error. Sutton feeds a hand pass on the outside of the veteran Page. Page brought down. That's down the ground. That's down the ground. No doubt it's down the ground. And Buchan will take it. He'll get on with it. His team 1 point down. Wobbly ball. Spindle Shanks has taken the mark. Can he go back and kick his sixth and be the hero? And you'd have to say the HP and CP player of the day.
Have a look at this.
Never looked like it in the first half. Missed a sitter, but has dominated since half time.
I'm just going to say composure is a bit thing that happened in the last 5 minutes. You have tackling like that.
30 metres out. Jared Grant kicks. Jared Grant has missed it.
In Jared Grant style.
12-13-85, 12-14-86. He's missed the easy ones, kicked the hard ones.
They've all pushed up.
But really, you can't blame him too much. Without him, they wouldn't have got back in the game. He's been enormous in the second half.
100%.
There's another great marker candidate for our mark of the day today for O'Brien's Real Estate. Back into play. Long ball to the wing. Up goes Hammond. Nearly brings down a Specky. Hurried boot to ball. Waiting at the back was Goddard. Socket forward again by Gill. Taken though by Mark Slogan. Spiral punch to half forward. But well done Will Anthony to get in the road and slow it down for Mount Eliza. They lead by a point. We've played 27 minutes in the final quarter. 86 plays 85. Siren! Mount Eliza win by a point. What a game of footy. Jared Grant misses with under a minute to go, which would have got his team home. But Mount Eliza get over the line in an absolute corker. 12-14-86 to 12-13-85. They lost the lead in the last quarter after leading by 34 points, halfway mark of the third term. And Jared Grant had a chance to win the game from 30 metres out. Couldn't kick his sixth, but he did kick 5 in the second half to reignite the Bombers after they'd kicked 1 goal in the opening half. But again, they find a way, Mount Eliza, winning the tight ones and still only have 1 defeat after 10 rounds of footy. Of course, they've only played 8 games, all the teams, considering we had a break for a month because of the COVID lockdown. But gentlemen, what a game of footy on the Growth Syndicates Australia scoreboard. Mount Eliza 12-14-86, and the Bombers, they'll rue some missed shots, 11-19-85, and they'll also, Chris Holcomb, rue the fact they probably didn't start playing properly till the second half.
No, they didn't at all, mate. Geez, Jared Grant was good in that second half, but that's the highs and lows in football, isn't it?
Well, we said the first quarter they kicked those 4 points, 6 points straight, and it could have come down to Horton later on. Yeah, as we said, Mount Eliza got 34 points up at halfway in the third quarter.
Yep.
And then Granny fired up.
It was a completely different game after that because Frankston to that point was so lacklustre with their effort and their accountability behind the ball, and it was Harry Pryor who got him going through that middle, and then obviously Jared Grant just lit fire and just nearly should have taken him to for the 4 points, but he's missed one 30 metres out.
Well, then big Carney took that mark and played on, and from the goal square. So
when you're kicking into a breeze like that, you've got to take advantage of your opportunities.
Mate, there's no breeze. We all have no breeze. But there was just little things like that. When you lose a game by a point, it could have been a rush behind from Mount Eliza. There could have been this and this could have been that. But 1 point. But everyone thinks about the last minute or so of the game. Yeah. When it's down to a point. Okay, Grant had a shot for goal there. Unfortunately, he missed. If he kicks that goal, it comes back. The centre, they set up. they win the game.
The really impressive thing from Mount Eliza was that they don't have a lot of experience on the ground. You got Tenno and you got Boothie, but besides that, they're
Hammond
a very,
probably.
very young side.
Yeah.
And so to go down and have Frankston hit the front and be in front like that, and then to respond back and be able to kick
Especially
those
by
goals.
the young guy, Cam Price, in his first game.
Yeah, I really like Nelms too on this.
Oh, he
team.
was very, very
He was
good today.
Yeah,
Nelms
he
was
very
Kelly
good.
was very good. I mean, we've
Yeah.
got to pick
Yeah.
our best on ground for CP and HP Electrical, or HP and CP Electrical. Who do you think?
Oh, I thought Nelms.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just that sort of last quarter that stuck out of my mind, but he's flashy. He's got that left foot about him. He takes the game on. He runs hard. So I probably thought Nelms was best on for them. Bailey Breen tried hard all day, but
Breeny was good.
Didn't it stop their momentum when he had that sore shoulder and
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
to come off? And
Yeah.
that's when Frankston Bombers actually started to kick forward.
They got a
Those
bit of a
experienced campaigners. I mean, Fox started to use the footy better. Harnett began winning stoppages. Sutton the same. Kingsbury got into it after hardly touching it in the first half. It was a really good game of footy. As
Yeah.
Nathan Clayton's there, Vic Smoe on his face, the footy director. It was just a really
He'd
good
be happy
game.
there.
Is that what they're calling you these days, mate?
He don't care. He carries a board.
He does. Yeah, it was a terrific game. And look, two sides that will be there come the finals.
doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
But Mount Eliza just find a way. I mean, they're a very good side, aren't they? They've got great self-belief, and Steve Bradley has instilled that self-belief with the young team. He knows them all well, having coached them all as juniors, and I think that has helped.
Yep.
That he's got great trust in them. They've got great trust in him.
Yep.
So it'd be good to have a chat to him and a couple of other players after the win, and they find a way, and they've only lost one game, and they go back to the pack a bit now, the Bombers, but they're still 2 games clear of Rosebud and Sorrento. We better check those scores thanks to O'Brien Real Estate before we finish, Paul.
We'll go Division 2 quickly
Yeah.
here. Ride 8-17-65, defeated Crib Point 7-15-57.
That's unimpressive, but Crib Point, good effort from
Mount
them.
Eliza, Mornington 24-5, 149
24-5.
to Pearsdale 12-14-86. This stage, full time at Chelsea 10-13-73 to Hastings 8-14-62. Lang Warren, well, they're going to win by over 100 points. It's 19-19, 133. Devon Meadows 5-5-35.
Disappointing for Devon today.
Langy are just on the train going.
They
there.
are.
Karingal 21-10, 136. Tyre 5-10, 40. And at half time, the scores were level for 1 point. The diff. Seaford kicked away full time. 16-11, 107 to Somerville 8-9, 57.
They've got an ability to kick a lot of goals, haven't they? Big scores, Seaford, don't they? They've really found their range.
They kicked away
Chris?
there.
Yeah, them and Mornington have really stepped up, and that second division, they're able to put a lot of scores on the board. Seaford's midfield, they've got a lot of depth through there.
Yeah, the top 3 looks pretty settled in second division, doesn't it?
Yes, some
you think
just-
some of will make it? They've got to get a few back.
Yeah,
It's the big issue, isn't
They
it?
just missed Fermanus and Hogenberg.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Fermanus is a
massive
big
holes.
key,
Yeah.
big key there.
That-
Division 1, boys. Rosebud 9-60. They defeated Sorrento 6-11-47.
So they end a 4-game losing streak and they go back in the top 5 at Sorrento's expense, Paul.
Dramana, yes, that's good. Dramana 7-16-58, leading this stage by 4 points, 7-12-54. It's not full time there yet.
They blew Red Hill away early, and Red Hill have gradually started to
Come back.
bring them back in.
So Bomb Beach 15-26, 116, defeated EDS 7-6-48. YCW convincing wins here 16-13, 109 to Pines 6-4-40, and the game here 12-14, 86 Mount Eliza. Win by a point, 11-19, 85.
Anytime fitness goal of the day.
Probably Spindleshanks.
Spindles, yeah,
A
in
couple
the
of these
last
ones in the
quarter.
third quarter when they had the
probably
breeze.
the one in the pocket.
Oh, the one,
Yeah, the one
Set shot.
on the other
no,
side
I
as
think
well.
the snapshot
Yeah.
man here.
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
that was a
quarter.
ripper too.
Well,
Yeah.
he's probably got the top 3,
Oh,
hasn't he?
that's right. When he actually
Snapshot.
was running at full speed.
Yeah, and he snapped it
Yeah.
round, and that was
So
his fifth there. And he,
So he's got the top 3 goals of the game, but the
and
ISO.
the top 2 shanks of the game. You know? He
Oh,
missed
yeah.
one there, and he missed one there.
Yeah, the 2 shanks as well.
2 snap hooks. Oh, that
Jeez.
snap hook was the best one there. Best, if there is a thing, it's the best snap hook.
It's entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
But he probably wins BOG if he kicks 8, doesn't he?
well,
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they win.
if they win,
yes.
he's best on ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he
Simple
wins,
as
the
that.
best
But he only fired up in the last half, Dan and Hobbs. You know, like he was very quiet then. And you said Harry Pride fired him up.
You've got to
too there.
remember, he hasn't played footy for 6 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah.
First
And
game,
he
first game
finally
back,
got
kicks-
going. And he's that sort of
side.
player, though, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
just an impact player.
Yeah.
And he took that mark there, and I thought, oh, hello.
It's a cracking mark as
There was
well.
a ripper mark.
Mark of the day?
That was mark of the day.
You
as
think
well.
that was mark of the
looked pretty
day?
Mark of the
He's
day.
got goal of the
Yeah.
day and mark of the day. And he's that little mark he did down there.
What about Khan's mark down there when he handed it off?
Yeah. I think that was another example. I mean, they kicked that. They're in
the
front.
turning points in the game.
Yes.
It is just little things in footage, the little tackle here before in the last quarter, but they got that free kick, they got the ball down there.
Yes.
If he didn't tackle him there wouldn't be a free kick.
And
it wouldn't go down.
And the funny thing is, Bo won't sleep tonight, but Stevie Bradley will sleep fine.
Yeah.
That's footy, though, isn't it?
That's just the game of inches. And
it's like Chris Scott last night, Luke Beveridge. I mean, the Dogs are now going to worry about getting into Perth and all that sort of thing. Because this footy's just like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just
that's why we love it.
Yeah,
we do.
Well, a great game of
we
footy.
Love local footy.
Yeah,
too.
great game of footy. Great to have it back. 12-14-86 without crowds today. We hope the crowds will come back next week.
Well, there was a crowd here.
Frankston Bombers 11-19-85, but only the crowd that were allowed to be here.
Oh, you're very political, mate.
I think there's a
That
bit
was
more.
packed. It's the biggest crowd I've seen since the 73.
The Mornington Down Eliza games on Sundays.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like that, mate.
At the end of the day, I thought the club did a great job the way they had to organise it.
Yeah.
Full credit to them.
Yeah.
Pretty tough for the home teams to host games where they're not allowed to have a crowd, not really allowed to. Well, they can't have a gate, and they can't really sell beer as well. And they could have the canteen open, which certainly would have helped them because they need to make money somehow. But done to the league for allowing the round to go ahead, and we hope next week we're sort of back to normality. 12-14-86 Mount Eliza. And they've only lost one game. They remain second on the table. YCW have had a good win today. The Bombers 11-19-85. Jared Grant kicked 5, missed a couple as well, but was outstanding in the second half. Brady Nelms best on ground, and that, of course, is thanks to CP and HP Electrical. They major sponsor today, and well done to Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. They looked after our coverage, and also, of course, Growth Syndicates Australia, the scoreboard with Mount Eliza 12-14-86 over the Frankston Bombers 11-19-85. Thanks to Hogs. Good to have you with us, mate.
Thanks, mate.
And we'll see you on Wednesday night for the footy show. Cappy's
wait.
back as well. Good on you, Paul Wilson.
Thanks,
we did
mate.
the reserves, you did the seniors. Been a big day, and we'll no doubt see you next Saturday.
And a great call by you,
Thank you very much, mate.
And a big hand
Nick
to the boys.
and Tom doing
Tommy,
a wonderful
fantastic.
job, and Glenn Carter getting us to air, making it possible. And we'll have
all
some
good,
junior
boys.
footy tomorrow. I'm going to the under-17s. Big game between Karen, Patterson Lakes and Bond Beach YCW. So look forward to
I've
that.
got a coach tomorrow down at
And
Mana.
we look forward to more local footy next weekend. Get your game face on.